Let me make sure you're being sent to stream. You're being sent to stream. You're good. Yep,
Being sent to stream. I don't know. Mine's still okay. Now it's commercial. It's going.
Soon those ads will go to me, guys. Soon.
Ah.
And soon you guys shouldn't get ads just coming to my channel. Once they finalize the contracts and send them out to everybody, as long as I keep up on running ads on a regular schedule based on whatever the contract states, no one will get an ad just coming to my channel.
Nice.
You just have kind of pseudo ad breaks at X time during the day.
As long as I run enough, no one knows the details yet, but we assume that it's going to have X amount of ads ran per X amount of time streamed. And as long as you maintain the ratio, you get the ad revenue, and there won't be pre-rolled ads when people join your channel. So that way, like hosts and stuff like that don't have to sit through an ad. And ads will be picture-in-picture soon. So even if you do get an ad, the ad will take up the main screen, but the streamer's video will go above chat, so you won't actually miss anything.
That's not bad. That's better. That's better. I mean, you're like, what am I coming into? And then you don't see anything, but now you're like, nah, I'm out. I've closed the window many times.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people have. But not, yeah, and then when all that goes into effect, the ad money will go to the streamer themselves and not just Twitch. It will say in the top. And there will be no more ads on non-affiliated and non-partnered streams, period.
Oh. So on your overlay, it says I have 73 at a 60 HP, but my max is 63.
Okay, so I'll just fix your...
Skirp told us a story, I think.
Yeah.
Those are the Skirp.
Which I don't know how much Skirp gives, but my max is 63, so it should be out of 63.
Oh.
Hit points, I think, plus 13.
Yep, he has 13,
You're
so I push you to 76
okay.
of 63.
Nice.
So hilariously, my notes for last session, 9/12/2019, just says werewolves. Because that is literally almost what the entire last session was. I'll recap kind of what I remember, and then you guys can help fill in. But effectively, what had happened is we went on this quest where the Keepers of the Featherhead tasked Tally as being a diplomatic sort of go-between, where the goal was to get these children back that were abducted by the werewolves. And you guys said, okay, we'll do it. You went, you met with the werewolf party, who the leader said, hey, if you get back my husband, I'll give you the rest of these kids. And you guys, okay, fine, where is he? She's like, I don't know. The other leader, whoever we kind of hate and want to overthrow, disappeared with him, and we haven't seen him since. That's why I'm hiring you guys. She was pretty much like at that point, like, okay, good luck with that. You guys are like, okay, well, now what are we going to do? So after spending some time kind of exploring, you guys came back to Van Richten's tower, where you're like, hey, do you have any idea what's going on with the werewolves? And he was pretty much like, no, werewolves are bad. Don't do it. It's a trap. It's always a trap. Don't do it. And you guys like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't remember if it was last session or the session before where you guys had, you came in during basically Kilt's training
that was last
montage.
session.
And it was not going terribly well. It was pretty much just Van Richten like berating him and then breaking instruments and throwing them at him and be like, no, try again. Which made him cry while you guys were there. And you guys actually felt fairly emboldened by his crying, which is odd. But maybe that's just kind of the kind of bard he's going to be. Van Richten also presented the party with some wolfsbane in the form of the Scarface block version, and gave to Tally a kilo that he came across as kind of preventative measures. You guys tried it on Gideon. You found out it works, and Tally. After that point, Tally went and tried to pray to Selune for some guidance on how to deal with the whole werewolf thing, and basically got back a kind of like a hint, and this is from actually like 2 sessions ago, but it's important for this one. And it was in the heart of the fortress of the enemy. Look for my anathema. She is not as she seems. She is my sister. Until they, kept trying some things and not really getting any good answers. Cue to the werewolf map blowing up the DM's computer for, I don't know, a solid half an hour. As you guys are like, okay, we have an idea where the werewolves are coming from. Well, let's try to sneak around, figure out what's going on. Shenanigans ensued, not sued. August did some scouting and saw that there's some sort of like patrol on top of this hill. You guys eventually managed to like, okay, you know what we're going to try to do here? We're going to get Gideon, try to werewolf out, and we'll do the whole I have these prisoners gag. Except you guys didn't really play that angle after all. You just kind of walked up and were like, hey, I'm a werewolf. What's going on, guys? I have these humans. But kind of didn't let it go anywhere with that. The guards led you back to your contact with the werewolves, whose name is on a different page somewhere. I'll get it for you in a minute. Sorry. And you guys walked into this chamber that had this very kind of gross statue representation of a woman with a wolf's head, treasure piled around the feet of it, and children in cages, which was terrifying. You guys rightly assume it's the remaining children that you cut the deal with to get them back. Now, your werewolf contact, I think her name's Alika, now that I'm thinking about it, not terribly enthused that you guys managed to find the werewolf den on your own and come in there, because it's like, hey, you're gonna, kind of give away the secret here. Zalika, yep, that's it. She's like, okay, this is all I know. This is what happened. You guys went through the dagger again that you guys had. It's like, okay, we have his dagger. It doesn't really help us find him at all. Leaving again, you guys, all right, well, full moon soon. We got to deal with Gideon doing this. And so you guys said you're going to lock him up, try to survive through the night, hoping that maybe he had control since he was able to kind of hulk out. Didn't seem so. And all right, it was actually an uneventful night. Strahd didn't try anything, and you guys got through and started trying to track through the woods based on some information that the Bloodspear barbarians gave you guys, and that led you kind of up through the main map here, where all these M's are in the woods, and right where the party flag is currently at, you saw some old guy across the kind of this river encampment thing, and he turned around and he just looked completely out of his mind, like wide eyes, hair everywhere, and he was like, oh, you think my magics have grown weak? And then started casting a spell, and that's where we ended.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right, Skirp is here.
Skirp is here just in time.
Yep. And with that, like I warned you guys pre-game, I need to go AFK for a few minutes, even though we just started. But there's recap. If there's anything that I forgot, talk amongst yourselves, and we'll review it right when I get back. Okay.
Do we have any? I'm waiting for the map to load.
It's still just the world map. We don't have a battle map or anything.
Okay. Do we have a good impression of where we're going to be situated once this comes back?
I need to ask some questions. Like, we were using Gideon to nose track. Does that mean I'm in werewolf form? Not that I'm complaining. I mean,
hybrid form last I knew.
Yeah, hybrid form. That's it.
So, if this ends up being the battle, and he said there's some sort of river.
We are the north up there because we're up here
Can't
somewhere.
remember if we crossed
I
the
gotta use the
river.
screen.
We're
up
the
here
Sphalic.
somewhere.
Oh,
the
we've got
Sphalic woods.
Yeah, we've got
like,
a party flag on the
yeah,
Sphalic
it's-
Woods.
Yeah. We just don't have a
you-
battle map, so I'm kind of
So you're drawing a battle map.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
And then there's like a a lake down here or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
into which the river flows.
Which side of the river were we on? Do we know if we'd crossed before we?
No, I
It's
don't
like
think
theater
so.
of the mind without the mind. Let's see.
I certainly don't have a mind.
Right. And so the way I'm picturing it, wizard here. Okay. Has cooler color. Wizard hat.
Pretty sure he has stars. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Oh yeah, definitely
Yeah.
stars.
Stars on those hats.
On.
Probably 2 wands, would be my guess.
Yeah, he's a dual wand user.
Get a wand on there. Little black wand, perfect. And then got an assistant,
Does he have an
Pre-
assistant?
an apprentice, really. Like,
I don't know if he has an apprentice.
I don't remember there being anybody else but him.
Off screen. We don't know where the apprentice is.
It's an invisible apprentice.
We don't need a DM.
Oh.
We'll just make this up as we go.
Mal says he's actually a triple wand user. He's got another one clutched between his knees.
Oh, okay. Good
well,
save.
I'm a knee wand.
I mean, actually, you probably hold 4 different wands in each hand, like Wolverine them.
Oh.
You know?
One in his mouth, yeah.
I mean, probably could fit at least 2 in the mouth. So that's 10 wands.
You like tape wands to your elbows so that when you turn your arms
You're
up-
Iron Man.
Yeah.
It does strike me that as good as my art is,
The Mickey wasn't getting through very well.
well, this thing comes with,
Shape makers.
yeah, alt, okay. Black, go, and oop, no, undo. Now what? You know what? We'll just
No, it's just
Thank you for
keep going.
Fail
It's your
forward.
courage test.
dream.
Yeah.
Fail forward.
Happy little accidents.
perfect. And then,
I think there's a lucky emblem somewhere around here.
Mm. God, that's terrible. I don't think anybody but you and I played Kingdom Hearts 3.
You're
so.
Sora? I think there's a lucky emblem somewhere around here. I could probably re-roll my cleric to be Donald. Just don't expect me to heal you.
Oh god, and I'm the half dog humanoid, so I'm good.
okay, so wizard's over there, and then
Good. I'm glad we established that part.
How many
Um,
zippers would you say Skirp has on his clothing?
Skirp
Skirp know what a zipper is.
over here.
You're gonna draw a wolf's head for me, right?
Oh my gosh, what size shoes does Skirp wear? Are they like clown shoes?
Does he have unusually large feet for how short he is?
And
Oh
Alright.
boy.
and then there's some dog thing here. Let's see, long kind of snooty snout thing, and then like a head bit, and then like dog ears.
Why am I like the puke colored?
I think that's brown.
It doesn't look brown against the green. Looks like
Well, you know, You know.
You know,
Yeah.
I know, we know.
This, that, this.
Now it looks like a boot's just sitting there.
What?
Whatever the brown.
No, I
mark-
see the boot. It's supposed to be a dog face.
Oh, my bad.
Hello, nerds.
What? Why is there? Oh, my shield guardian.
Mm.
Nice. Okay, back now. What did I miss in terms
We're
of review?
basically playing forward the campaign from where you described it.
Yeah, we're definitely not.
With drawings.
The wizard has less than 8 wands equipped right now.
He's like Wolverining ones between his fingers. He's got one in his mouth and on his knees and like taped to his elbows and.
I'd play that character. Just the wand Swiss Army knife.
Actually, what's the artificer, right? They can create wands pretty cheaply.
Can
Something
they? I
like
don't even
that.
know.
It's like I imagine a character where it's just all you do is make wands and just strap them to yourself.
You just
throw
got
'em away when you're
holsters
done.
all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
Empty. Next, drop it. And it's just like shells.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's see what's gonna happen
How's
here.
that look, Gideon?
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Wait, I should be above it because I'm riding on his shoulders. I'm just kidding.
Wait, where's the raven?
I was interrupted by somebody coming back from.
Go AFK for another 10 minutes. Give him time
Yeah.
to draw the other 2 figures.
He just found the circle tool, so it's
Yeah.
taking us a little while.
To great effect.
Yeah, he might have spent 5 minutes of that drawing Mickey Mouse,
Yeah. Which I then deleted.
who doesn't appear in this image.
All right, so there's like a wizard or some old crazy dude shooting a
Yes.
spell at us.
Yeah, basically a massive amount of magic missiles just come straight from this guy's hand.
I do recall saying that I was going to counterspell whatever he tried casting, and you said you were going to try, but I still
Yeah,
said
you can try.
Oh god.
How exactly its counterspell is if it's of 3rd or less, it just counterspells, right?
If it's
for
above-
me, it's higher. I think.
Oh, because he's using a warlock. Because he's a warlock, it uses his highest level no matter what. So it's 4th or lower.
All right, make a spell check, or is that the spell check?
That is the spell check.
That is a spell check.
Okay.
D20 plus 4. Are you sure you cast spells only at plus 4?
My charisma is only 18.
Plus your proficiency, I think.
Plus your
right?
proficiency, yeah.
But that's a spell check bonus, right? That's not. That's a.
I'm pretty sure it uses your proficiency no matter
It says
what.
the DC is equal to 10 plus the spell's level.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think, yeah, unless he's casting with an 8th level spell.
No, but that's a good point. August, make a Arcana check.
Sorry. Not my greatest suit.
Nope.
I am the occult.
You're not sure.
Not the arcane.
However, the missiles make it halfway across the riverbank before they wink out of existence.
Gotcha.
But it was a force of will from you to cast that counter spell. You were pretty sure that was a very high level spell he just cast, even though it was just magic missile.
Gotcha.
So far this guy has made aggressive movements towards you. Are you guys going to fight back, or are you going to let him sit across the river and continue casting things at you?
As soon as I attempt to counterspell and realize how much magic that is, I definitely from the party. He is a lot. His power is of great strength. stronger than I've ever seen before.
Gideon's in hybrid wolf form, so you just hear ruh-roh.
Damn it.
I'll allow it.
Skirp ignites his dawn sword and brings his shield to bear against the wizard.
All right, you're across the map, shaking your shield at him.
What's the distance between us?
Between us is, let's go to the map here. And I'll get actual
We have a
dimensions.
map.
No. I have. Well, we got a
But
map.
Tally's not on that map, so
Here's
you're
one
like,
we prepared earlier.
Yes.
blow that one up.
It's about we'll call it 35 feet across.
Ooh. Like how somebody measures like, that's only like 1.5 meters.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of like, we're in the forest, right? Still, we're not like clear, like it's woods like up to the river,
Yeah,
basically.
Maybe a little bit of a clearing on the
Okay.
riverbank here and there, but generally it's pretty woodsy.
I'm going to find a relatively large tree to hide behind real quick, or like to kind of take cover. And shout, hold your spells, friend. We are not an enemy.
Make a diplomacy check then.
Mm-hmm.
Persuasion. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. I was like, I don't see it.
Just been Starfinder for weeks at this point. 10. You see him like stop for half of a second. And then cast another spell. This comes directly at you, Tally.
Okay.
Any other counter spells available, or is that the only one?
I'm not making. I have.
Do I have?
I have more, but I'm not risking it.
Okay.
I don't think clerics get counterspell.
Okay.
At least, definitely not sun clerics or fire clerics or whatever you are. Maybe an
Sunbro
arcana.
clerics.
Are we in initiative rounds, or are we kind of just taking turns free reign? Right
Kind of just taking turns because
Okay.
it's mostly because of the river.
Damn river.
We'll see if different opportunities present themselves. Tally, make a reflex save.
Okay.
You will. I'm basically giving you a large bonus to this because you're hiding behind a tree.
Woo! I'm hiding, guys. Dexterity save, good?
Yes. Sorry.
No, you're good.
That's gonna be that kind of night.
Yep.
You're fine. However, the tree that you are next to gets a massive chunk of it blasted just out of it. It just doesn't exist anymore. There's a smoking crater where it was.
I moved
Skirp,
to
do
another.
you want to get across?
No, I think we should run.
Are you sure? I can have the guardian throw you.
Oh god.
I mean, that sounds ultra heroic, but I think we should run. Like, I just watched this tree just get basically half disintegrated. Or just exploded out into shards. I don't know a lot about magic, but that's I don't care to. So I'm gonna dive behind cover, like any cover I can find.
Yeah, I'm immediately
shield
looking for
guardian?
another tree.
And we could fight him. I know we could take him, but why?
Dang it.
We startled. We attacked. We came up on him, and he's defending himself. I think we should run.
I will ask for parlay with persuasion. Is that a possibility?
Yes, go ahead. And then we'll get to what the D4 means. That I really could have rolled any kind of higher on. So as you do that, August, this crazy voice comes from behind you. Everybody else, you realize that you're all talking, but then you get this odd sensation like suddenly some time has gone by that you've just missed.
Insight?
Like things like all of a sudden it seems like the river just like fast forwarded.
Right.
Did we just get time stopped?
And the voice is coming from behind you. He says, okay, I'll talk, but keep your weapons down. And his hands start glowing. He says, what are you doing here?
Looking for a human. Right, he's human.
We're looking
Werewolf.
for somebody named Emil.
That's the name. Thank you.
Somebody who's been lost, and we're trying to find them.
And just gives you this odd look. He says, there are no Emils here. Leave.
We didn't. Are these your lands?
He says, yes.
Because I thought that the land belonged to the Lord Strahd.
His eyes get impossibly wider. He says, Strahd, you belong to Strahd, and he lets off some magic at Skirp. Skirp, make a reflex save.
As he's blowing him up, I say, no, we are enemies of Strahd.
Skirp, you're okay, but just barely. There's like these ice crystals just form on the outside of your shield.
I'm gonna go to the other side of the cover that I was hiding behind.
It almost feels like almost hard to like hold on to your shield because it got so cold, but you're able to kind of push through that. He says, do you work for the devil? I'll not fight you again.
I say we are enemies of Strahd, and we do not wish to fight you. And roll another persuasion if you like.
We work for ourselves.
I work
Strahd
for the
has
Raven
no hold on us.
Queen. I don't work for myself, but the rest of them work for themselves.
It's like, except totally missed the voice.
Gideon barely manages to overcome his animal instincts, and you see him eyeing like a piece of the tree that blew off, and he wants to chase the stick, and he's just not.
Like, hey guys, are you gonna get that?
You just see his eyes constantly move back to one of the sticks, like. You
Are
gonna
you
throw
gonna
it?
eat
You see him, kind of the magic stop glowing from his hands for a second. He puts his hand to his head and shakes it. Make a persuasion check, anybody.
Really? I'm rolling two
Or
threes in a
everybody.
row?
+7.
Right.
I'm trying to be disarming by.
Skirp's got you.
Oh,
But he's
Nothing more
throwing
disarming than
magic
goblin
at you,
heavy
so
armor.
I mean...
all right, Paladin.
Stow
what do
your
you got
wooden
for us?
sword, fair wizard. I'm a knight.
He doesn't have any wands out. But okay,
You
He's
know the
hidden behind
one.
a tree. He doesn't know that.
that's true.
We, as a party, seek to dethrone the Dread Lord Strahd and return this land of Barovia to freedom and tranquility. We do not work for such evil. However,
Yes.
we are looking for a friendly werewolf
And
and an unfriendly werewolf.
and
A pair of werewolves.
No. We'd rather find just the friendly one. but we are also looking for any allies or aid in what you probably would understand to be a near impossible task against Strahd.
Being really, I guess he did try and kill us, but we're being really cavalier with this whole like let's kill Strahd talk when we're talking to strangers.
He seemed like he was really okay with that. Though.
Seems cool.
Seems cool.
These pair wolves you speak of.
Yes.
Thanks, Malachi. What? There are no such thing as friendly werewolves, and things I can't quite remember. Oh, but I do remember. Sir, somebody in your party that knows things about magic things.
Yes.
Good, because all I can remember is that I did something to my brain with magic, and it would be really, very helpful if I could not do that anymore.
Do
I
the
can
thing
use
that your brain
detect
did, or the thing that you...
I could use comprehend languages. Does he have runes or something on him?
He's to Tally's question. He just goes, "Yes."
Yeah.
Both of those things. All of those things. I don't remember. That's the point.
Do you not want to remember?
No, I didn't
Or
need
you-
to, but now I do, and
Okay.
I don't.
Hang on, Script
You
spells a
know?
rat. I'm gonna inspect him.
Roll to inspect the old crazy man, I guess.
Oh.
No, hold still. Hold still. I've seen something like this before.
Oh God.
This will end well.
No, well, it's not so much I've seen something like this. It's more that I've heard stories about this. Somewhere on here, somebody wrote something, like a message or a curse. It's like a rune or some sort of like inscription, and it's making you stupid.
Did you curse yourself?
He's kind of patting himself down, looking for some kind of writing or rune, because Skirp has convinced him that's what's wrong.
I'm like lifting his arm up and
No, there's
checking his arm, looking for tattoos. Really, is what I'm doing. Or
there's nothing.
So, would I need to roll to think if it's a curse or just some kind of magic spell, or
That would
what
be
would be my course of
Arcana.
action?
Tally, do you have Arcana?
I mean, I'm not proficient in it, but I think everybody has it. I can give it a shot.
I feel like you'd be the
Just
next
see
clever
what
person.
happens. Yeah.
nailed it.
I know. How's 3 work? 3's pretty good on D4, right? All right.
Yeah, that's great.
Like I'm not see. I don't. I know it's here. It's probably like on your scalp or something. But
Do you start
old man,
doing the monkey thing, going through his hair?
what's your name, old man?
He says, "I am not certain."
All right. Not. I know a guy who could probably help.
I'll admit that took me a second.
Have you? You don't know. Well, here. Come with us. We will help.
I need you to roll persuasion check.
I have a remove curse scroll.
Wait. Hang on. Before I
Okay.
roll persuasion, oh crap. Ruined.
Still solid.
Can I offer him a pie?
Oh God. Oh.
That's gross.
Yes.
I will. Oh man, if you come with us, we will help you, and you can eat this pie while we walk.
Oh,
Gross.
okay. Certainly.
No. I know
And he
where
says,
that
"So I
pie's
just-
been.
We go this way." And then he points the opposite way of the direction you guys, I assume, want to go, which is, I'm assuming, Van Richten?
That was my plan. Why do you want us to go that way?
He says, "Oh, you want to go that way? Okay."
What's the other way?
Says, "I don't know. I just thought that's the way you guys were walking, so we would just walk that way."
Oh, okay. Van Richtens? Yeah, you guys feel good about
Or-
this?
Well, where do you live? Do you live
Doesn't
out here?
remember.
Do you have a camp?
He says, I have a small hovel, yes.
Is it nearby? Could we go there?
Oh, okay, certainly. He disappears and is suddenly on the other side of the riverbank.
God damn it. He's very good at this.
Can you bring us over there?
Oh, yes. He walks over to the riverbank and, like a Full Metal Alchemist, like claps, puts his hands down, and there's just suddenly a bridge.
That'll do.
All right. Do I?
Skirp.
I'm curious. Do I, as a skirp, understand? Could I recognize the difference between a sorcerer and a wizard?
Well, yeah, because wizards are necromancers to you.
They use books.
Accurate. Yeah. So, do I have some notion of whether this man is a sorcerer or a wizard?
was
So
about
far
to
he
tell
has
you.
not referred to any kind of book.
And he also doesn't have any like undead pets with him, so you know, not an necromancer.
Right.
Skirp.
That's
Well,
two
not
for
like-
two.
Not like a
Skirp.
body necromancer.
He can't remember anything, so he's not reading his spells out of books. That's what I was going to whisper to you as we went across his bridge.
Okay. This looks above board for me, so. All right.
I'm gonna cross the bridge all wide-eyed, but I'm gonna have the guardian take up the rear because if it's gonna collapse, it'll be under him.
Oh.
Tally, roll 3d6.
Oh,
What?
Roll 3d6.
No, it's the good kind of 3d6.
Oh.
now do it
It might be.
5 more
I think it
times.
does exists.
Okay, that's a result. Um, okay.
Something dove. Fly over.
Yes. 7. What is 7? Maids of Milken? I don't
Maids of
remember.
milking. Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, he doesn't stop or wait for you guys as soon as the bridge is up. He just turns around, like starts hauling out the other direction, kind of gently humming to himself, but in nothing that makes any kind of sense. And then there's this odd kind of like wobbling, and he's just gone. Like it looks like the air in front of you just like shifted slightly.
I'll turn my detect magic sight on, where he wobbled away.
The answer to that question is yes.
Did he take the pie?
If you handed it to him, yes, he would have taken the
Did
pie.
he eat the pie on the
Oh
way?
Jesus!
That reminds
yeah.
me of something.
So he did take the pie.
But did he eat the pie?
We don't know.
All right. So what are you doing about the disappearing wizard in the wobbly air?
I'd
I've heard
say
this
he has
story
a
before.
door there somewhere. It's very bright. There's a bright light there.
I'm gonna
Right
walk into
there.
it. I'm gonna walk forward and
I
and
put
follow
my
his
hand
path
on
with my
Scrip's shoulder
finger.
and follow, so that way he doesn't like just disappear.
All right. There is more. Both of you guys disappear into wobbling air.
I look at Gideon and
Well,
say,
I guess they're gone. Let's just go back to Van Richten's tower.
It's been a good run.
you know, there are worse ways for this to end. Maybe they're okay.
So they disappeared to my eyes.
They said in Barovian never.
They disappeared to my eyes. Do my other senses like feel like they're still just 5 feet away or something, 10 feet away?
They actually smell like they're really close, like they're just still in front of you.
I think it's just an eye thing. Just close your eyes and like walk right through.
Oh, okay. But, okay. I close my eyes, but I like kind of squint one open as I go through.
Cheater! Magic doesn't work if you're looking. Everybody knows that.
I walk into a tree.
I'm full eye closed.
right.
My guardian is under orders to keep me on a straight line, so like every now and then I might reach out and like tilt my shoulder a little.
Didn't think I was going to need to look up this up.
Oh God.
No, that's a bad sign.
Make Skirp. I need you to roll a Constitution check for him because this might be your fault.
Oh jeez.
Are you proficient in? No, you're not. Okay. So it's his bonus is just +1.
Okay.
What are we?
It matters
So-
for what's on the other side of this.
Give it to me one more time. What am I rolling?
Constitution.
21.
Constitution.
1d20.
+1.
D20, just D20 +1 in
Oh.
this case.
Uh, uh,
Oh,
Well,
bless you, child.
we'll take a 20.
It's a 20, so 19
20 plus 1.
You walk. So you and August walk through together, and he's sitting there just scarfing on this pie. Also in front of you is this very, very large Spanish-style like hacienda. There's like a little fountain out front, and it's all like stucco and very square looking, and it is huge.
Is this your hovel?
He's cramming the spoon into his mouth, and it's just like in his beard, and it's just looks, and he's, oh yeah, like trying to like eat and talk at the same time. He says, yes, this is my hovel. Come. He walks inside.
Yeah.
And then a short
Yeah,
time later, Gideon, Tally, and Shield Guardian follow, and you see the exact same thing, except probably the tail end of Skirp and maybe August following him into this massive building.
Are the entrances big enough for the guardian to make it through?
Yeah, it's a huge set of double doors.
Awesome. But it's staying with me.
It's nice and tiled. There's an animated broom kind of like scoots by as it's like sweeping up stuff as soon as you guys walk in.
Oh,
There are various like suits of armor and stuff lining the kind of the entryway.
Wonder if
That's
this guy can help
A
us find our.
grand entry. It's got big staircases, double staircases wrapping going up to a second level. There's a chandelier hanging down, full of candles. The candles don't seem to drip. They are lit.
this is pretty nice for being a hovel. I wish I had a hovel like this.
This is lovely. Not
Do I feel the connection to my deity, or not my deity, but to the Raven, strengthen or diminish at all? To the Raven?
No change.
Is there anything here we should be worried about? Is any of this
He
going to
doesn't
hurt us?
remember.
I'm not sure. Possibly. Just maybe don't touch anything.
What's the last
Okay.
thing you do remember before not remembering?
I remember casting a spell upon my person.
Why?
I needed there was some reason for me to not know something. I just don't know why or what or who.
Are,
Was it
are
done-
you sure
was
you
it
want to
done
remember what
here?
it is you don't want to remember?
12 those things he says no or yes. I'm not sure.
Where were you when you cast the spell?
He says I think I was sitting there. And he points to just a wall.
I am going to investigate the wall just to see what's there. Why not, right? It's higher than a 3.
Hey,
It
good
is
job.
much higher than a 3. It just seems like it's a wall.
Okay. So I say this out loud to the whole group and him. It's either a curse or just a spell. Be either to fix it, dispel magic, and or remove curse, which we are capable of doing both. Do we try?
I think we should.
I
I'm
remember
not
the-
capable of either, so I'm just gonna like sit over here and pretend I know what you're talking about.
I remember the last time we helped something get its memories back.
I got this awesome companion here.
Mm-hmm.
See, there hasn't been 0 fallout from that. I don't know why you're so worried.
I think we have to help him. I mean,
I think so too. I just wish I knew who he was.
Look for some mail. Maybe he's got like something addressed to him, like
I
what,
mean,
like a bill or.
I want to look through. I guess I'll ask. Do you mind if we? Do you have any books or like literature that
I
we
don't
could
know if I
take a
wanna
look
answer
at?
this
Skirp,
question.
Skirp's over there.
Stand in the corner.
Stay in the corner.
A pictograph journal, maybe.
Yeah, nothing with words, but
He says, possibly this way. He leads you kind of a couple of rooms down and opens it, and it's this just scrolltorium. It's full of books and scrolls, and there's this massive writing desk.
ooh. I'd like to go look around the desk and see if I can find anything with like names or signatures or anything like that.
There are like stylized H's everywhere.
Oh,
The big like
Hmm.
chair that he has like it's got leather kind of like a seat and stuff in it, and it's got like an H like with scroll work done in like this the back of it.
Hmm.
Of the actually roll an investigation.
Okay.
He's pretty good. You have a negative int.
Maybe.
Uh, poking around, there's no name ever written anywhere. Everything is like signed or starts with, or whatever way that a person would normally use their name in writing. There's just an H instead.
Hmm.
I feel like we should talk to Van Rick about this. No reason for us to be rash and act immediately.
How long are those children going to stay alive?
Well, if that's the concern, I think we leave the old man here and we come back and talk about him later.
but we're having absolutely no luck finding this thing. Maybe someone of his abilities could help us figure out, where to look.
I pull August aside and say, "Hey, so I have a hunch, but you're way better at this." And I kind of like gesture at all the magical things around than I ever will be. And I shuffle around in my bag, which has very little things in it, but it does have a book, and the title of it says Incantations of H. And so I pull it out, and I want to see if the H is the H stylized on the book.
Yes, it is.
And then so I look at it and I kind of like hold it up to like the embroidered chair or whatever and see if it looks similar.
Perfect match.
And then continuing to August, I hand him the book and say, "We found this scattered across the land far from here. I wonder if you could take a look at it and see what you can glean from it."
Absolutely. Definitely my specialty at that position.
maybe as you read it, we can kind of figure out if this is. It seems like this might be his. It
And
might help
whatever
us
he did to
understand.
himself may actually be in here, so super helpful.
Mhm.
Hey, cat. If you're going to attempt to examine it, Arcana.
Can I give him like an aid, or I'll cast guidance on you? Actually,
Okay.
get a D4.
I get the Arcana roll under normal circumstances, but with all of my packs that allow me to read all magical writings, etc. Do I have that? Do I have to do that?
Yes.
I have
For a
Eyes
very
of the
specific
Ruin
reason.
Keeper. Okay. It's always bad. And you give me a D
Now
what?
I have.
Get a D4 on top.
Guidance.
I need to look this up too. Make sure.
Well, I got 1 through 4,
Uh-oh.
depending on what a D4 is.
Oh, jeez.
This is why I heavily invested in my packs to cover my lack of intelligence, so that way I could read these magical ruins and languages without actually
Wow, that's
needing
insane.
to roll.
Guys, do we really do we need to go down this path? There are other ways that we could be doing this right now.
Well,
Like there are other places to get this knowledge.
ultimately,
Are there though?
Ultimately, how would you describe this person that you've met, Script?
This man, this old
Mhm.
man that we're not. He's he's a little forgetful, he's a little absent-minded, but that's just because he's sick. We can fix him. Isn't that what you guys said, that you know magic to fix the magic that broke him?
Possibly.
Maybe.
We have to figure out what magic broke him.
It would definitely be easier to know exactly what I'm trying to fix rather than trying to blanket fix things.
I mean, our previous plan was to walk around the woods and hope that I smelled him. So literally anything else is a better plan.
And not to
just-
mention, he doesn't seem very fond of Strahd.
Right. Do I get
If you
anything
think-
with my Eyes of Ruin Keeper?
I'm reading the entry for it right now.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Um,
no good can come of this.
I'm sorry.
It's just you can read all writing.
I will look at it.
I'm gonna
Did you
say-
find it, or did you want me to find it for you?
Find it, because I was looking and I keep finding a bunch of just like half entries for it. So depending on how it's worded. Yes.
Pretty sure it's just read any writing. But that doesn't necessarily mean it would decipher codes, only like if it's in a language, doesn't matter
Is it
what
like-
language,
Is it like comprehend languages but for writing?
essentially.
All right. So
It's literally just you can read all writing. Right?
designer says that you can read all writing, so you can read it even if it says something like, the dog walks at midnight, doesn't mean you're going to understand that it's a code or not.
Yeah.
So you're able to read this in that case, and it is common. It
So
doesn't make
so
sense. It's a
It
bunch of
is
just
written in
random.
common, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a bunch of random words kind of put together. And the way it's formatted is kind of almost like a cookbook.
Okay.
Cooking by the book.
So with knowing that it's likely a code, could I then use my investigation rather than Arcana?
Yes, we'll say you can give it a shot. Why not? Of course, you just had to crit that, didn't you?
These are only ones or 20s, and no
Yeah.
in between.
There's no in between. now that you've sat down here and there's paper scattered around, you've noticed some consistencies between them and this book. It's absolutely a spell book of some kind. You're still not, because of like the way that they are, you don't think you could cast from this, but you do get an idea of what is basically been prepared by this person.
Okay.
So let's see here. We'll just go down the list, shall we? First level, detect magic, mage armor, magic missile, shield. Second level, mirror image, misty step web. Third level, counterspell, fly lightning bolts. Fourth level, Hudocious. This is so hard to say.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, that's a lot of S's.
Hold on a second. Hudocious is high class hacienda. Polymorph, stone skin. Bigby's hand, cone of cold scrying, true seeing. Hudocious is hot hound, mind blank, and time stop. And actually, it occurs to me I mixed up the hound in the
What level
Hacienda.
was Mind Blank?
8th.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, Jesus. All right. So, Tally, from this is definitely, and I make sure that Skirp is not near. This is definitely a wizard spellbook.
I'm sure he's outside crying.
Right.
No,
It's
I'm actually
very high level, and it's hard for me to even decipher the basic side of it. But from my understanding, I know the strength of the magic he used, and likely what he's used to make his mind as it is. And with your guidance, I could attempt to remove that specific thing.
Do you think we should?
Based on there's no red flags in this book as far as the spells that I understand, and on top of that, he has at least 2 or more spells that he has made himself. When I said earlier he's the most powerful magic that I've ever encountered, I'm not lying. And if he hates Strahd and he's this powerful, I only sense ally.
That's a spell I want. Sense ally.
I mean,
That would be a
it's
good
a
spell.
risk, but
Yeah, of course.
It's that's where I'm at. I mean, look he's out here in the middle of nowhere, and Strahd hasn't sensed him yet. And magic this powerful in Strahd's realm, confident he wants it.
I'm loath to turn away somebody who might be a good ally against Strahd. We should go see what Gideon and Skirp think. But
All right.
I'm willing to help.
I give the book back to Holly.
Okay, I'll stuff it away.
So I'm not listening to the conversation per se, but I'm patrolling the edge of the room, kind of inspecting the books, to see if anything looks suspicious. And I'm also I'm ready to intervene if something goes wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Something feels really wrong in here. And I'm just here to protect people from it.
I'm fairly confident Eyes of the Runekeeper, by the way, is literally just in the player's handbook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
It
fine.
says you can read all writing.
Basically, it's a permanent comp language
Hmm.
but for reading purposes.
Interesting.
Yes.
So Gideon's going to try to transition back to his human form, like right in the middle of his library. It's going to be gross.
Oh boy.
how does that go? Is it easy now?
It's easier.
Uh,
Still
okay.
feels like as soon as you like pop out of it, it feels like you'd been like working out for 3 days straight. Like everything's sore.
Are like they're like plush leather chairs around, right? Something to collapse into and like fan myself for a little while.
Like a divion.
Yeah, like so, like reading chairs in a library. Is there anything like that around?
Yeah, there's a fainting chair.
Oh, totally. I'm gonna relax, lounge for a minute, and
Okay. Relax land for a minute.
All right. My investigations of the shelves. Is anything
at
look
least the lower
suspicious or out of
shelves.
place?
Nothing out of place that you can tell. It just seems like just rows and rows of books and scrolls.
Cool.
So they're coming over and telling us about this. I'm assuming.
Yes, I believe that was their intent, right,
That
guys?
was, yeah.
And you think you can counteract something that he's done?
I think knowing what he casted and with the guidance of Tali that I have a better than, let's see, what was it? Probably better than a 75% chance of success.
I don't think we.
Uh,
Oh, I was gonna say I don't think we know still why he blanked his own memory, but so there is a risk there. But August looked through this book and didn't see anything like overly dangerous. No necromancy.
oh well, I give it a shot. I mean, you're not going to make him worse if you fail, are you?
No.
Narrator. Actually.
I don't know anything.
Um. So if we were like take our time with this, is there like a way I can I'm real bad at some of these out of combat things. Can I aid him? Is that a different thing I can do to like give him a bigger boost or an advantage or something? Or is that
I will
strictly
be
for
making
like
an
combat
ability check.
maneuvers?
So
there's an aid action, but I think it might only be.
Only in combat for
I think
attacks
so.
or whatever. Okay.
But let me look it up real quick.
Okay.
Because that one I don't actually remember.
Because I figure with something like this, we'd be okay with taking our time and just like almost like like magical surgery kind of.
You should ask him to weigh in on.
Okay,
He's such a great
so
wizard.
when you take the help action, the creature you aid gains advantage on the next ability check.
Okay.
It makes to perform the task you are helping with.
Okay, cool. Actually,
yes.
Gideon, you bring up a great point. Is H around somewhere?
He's just like wandering the halls.
Okay. Sir, real quick, I think we could maybe try to help you with your memory thing. But I wanted to see if this looked familiar, and I show him the book.
I'm not sure. He says there are a lot of H's around though.
Yeah.
He's like running his hand on some of the H's that are like just up on the wall, like framed.
August, you said you knew this was like he created some of these spells. What were some of the spells he made?
this, what we're in, is a spell he created. And I would imagine there's likely possibility of a invisible dog in this area somewhere protecting him as well. Because it's some kind of Hidosius dog, right? If memory serves.
Something like that.
I assume that's his name. Or at least that's the name of the spell. And that doesn't
looked
exist
to-
anywhere that I've ever seen, ever anywhere.
I looked at the old man and asked him in a questioning tone, Theodosius, does that sound familiar?
It's like, no, I'm not familiar.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get another of the pies out and kind of
Oh Jesus!
No more pies.
This group's trying to kill him. We're trying to save him.
just sort of hold it out.
No.
Okay. And
Uh, just into the air. See if some invisible dog comes and gets it.
no, there's no invisible dog that comes and gets it.
Can I cast
Okay.
Sacred Flame to just like burn the pie?
Yes, but Skirp gets a reflex save.
Okay.
Is that happening?
Those are one of the diseased pies from way back in the day, right?
We
It's
don't know
a
that it's
pie.
diseased. We did get it from a woman who was in the process of kidnapping a child.
Okay. Right, she was handing out pies in exchange.
Yeah,
It's a-
yeah.
As far as
Alright,
food goes, this is in pretty good shape.
He
Good.
snatches it from the air that just like combusts in front of him. Damn it! No effect.
Well,
So Skirp, since this pie is out, the crazy man kind of wanders over and is like, "Are you going to eat that?"
Dude, you just had food.
Did I? I don't remember.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
No. Well, do you have a kitchen here?
He kind of scratches his face. Perhaps. And he starts wandering off the other direction again.
Yeah, man, go check it out. I only got a couple of pies. I gave you one. Okay, so what are we doing? Are we gonna try and unbreak his head?
I vote we break it. Or attempt to break it.
Okay, what do we need to do? Should we take it back to the tower? Are we doing something here? Do we prepare something?
Gonna get one of those lounging chairs for him.
So
I've got
is it
lesser
confirmed I do
restoration,
get my
like-
proficiency bonus when making spellcasting ability checks? That's a thing for sure.
Well-
I'm not 100% certain. I'll have to Google it.
You're doing dispel, right?
That's what I would be doing, yes, but I wanted to fix my other macros on other spells if that was the case.
Let me check. Dispel.
Because
I'm not
if
sure.
I do have a +3, then that 70% goes to like a 95% sure I can do
It
it.
says make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Right? Aren't ability checks just assumed to use proficiency?
I feel like most of the time it'll say, but
Your spellcasting, your spells, there's no such thing as like a spellcasting modifier. There's a spell save and a spell attack. Your spell save is 8 plus proficiency plus charisma. Your spell attack is proficiency bonus plus charisma.
Right, which I'm using a spell check.
dispel,
Spellcasting check.
dispel and counterspell
I
are a
don't think is a
non-skilled
thing.
ability with
Oh,
on a
okay.
proficiency
So
bonus,
just
no.
your +2
unless you were a bard,
charisma.
and then
Right.
you jack of
So
all trades for it.
I'm back to the 75%.
Okay.
But we're gonna give you guidance. And I don't know, Pef, if I'm going to be able to aid him in whatever he is doing.
You
or
can
attempt
make
to?
an Arcana check, and we
Okay.
will see how it goes.
No,
Hmm,
probably not.
probably not.
Okay. So just a D4.
Just a D4.
We all gather around and chant random words like we're helping. Klaatu Narada. Sorry.
That's an entirely different campaign.
But I remember how to do this, right?
August is typing. I'm just like sitting here waiting.
So I hit it. If it's a level 8 spell, I dispelled a level 22 spell.
Yes.
Or no, sorry. Level 12
It's-
spell. Level 12.
Yeah, essentially any spell
So
that can be dispelled.
he stops in his tracks and starts mumbling things. You're not really sure what, because it's just incoherent babble.
I assume his memory is
Did you
returning.
break him worse?
Memory's returning. Give him a second.
H.exe has stopped responding.
Correct. It's
Watching the
rebooting.
loading bar.
Rebooting.
He
Rebooting.
starts like
Windows updates.
walking around, like grabbing things off of shelves and other things off of shelves, and like tucking him into his robes, and walks to a different room, grabs something, walks to the writing room, sits down, pulls out pen and paper, like parchment, and starts just like writing.
I will at one point ask him, so is your name Hedocious?
Hedocious, yes, yes, I am Hedocious, but
Did we make a
things,
mistake returning your memory?
I don't.
Are you?
I'm not. I don't know. Yes, no, maybe. I remember casting the spell now, and it was mind blank. And I remember you people in the woods, but I don't. Like he's making more sense, but he's also making less sense. He made more sense when he didn't have his memory, it seemed like, and now he's just responding in a way that seems like he's very confused.
Would that possibly be a madness curse? Or sort of other spell that I'm... With detect magic, can I see the different layers of magic he's under effects?
Yeah,
Try
you
to
could.
pinpoint. Okay, so I concentrate on him, and I try to see how many different effects he's under, and which ones are like items, which ones are maybe just spell effects, and see if I recognize a simple aura. And I'll spend the time sitting here concentrating because I know that's going to take effort to like pinpoint each one.
Yeah, and it does, and you're able to determine that he has mage armor and fly cast on himself, even though you haven't seen him fly anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, that's it.
No magical items or other effects that seem to be upon his being.
No.
Okay, so after Tali, after further like really looking into him, which I probably should have done before we dispelled it, he only has 2 other non-hostile spells upon his body right now, purely defensive. So whatever he's going through now isn't necessarily magic related that I can detect. Not ruling out magic, just saying it's not something I can see or detect.
It's not always magic that drives a man.
Sometimes
Crazy.
it's those weird pies that no one wants you to eat.
Hey, I didn't make it. No, not you. You good over there, buddy?
Yes, but I'm pretty sure the sky smells like one of those pies. I'm trying to figure that out right now. Just give me a minute.
Oh, the sky smells like one of the pies.
Yes.
You sure you're all right over there? What do you mean by the sky smells like one of the pies? Like it has the scent, like the
Is
air
the pie
around
glow
you.
magic?
He says, yes, it smells like pie. And he walks over. I'm still in the voice. He walks over and like takes 2 of his fingers and like reaches under your visor and like tries to like pry open your nostrils. And he's like, smell the air
Smell my
Smell.
fingers.
like pie. Are you dense? And he like slams your visor down and then goes and sits back down again.
Say August. Was that pie magical?
I asked the same question. Damage yet to answer. Processing.
The pie?
Correct.
Yeah. Can he? He's using his like magic sight all the time right now.
Oh.
Is the pie magical?
Yes, the pies are magical.
What kind of magic do I sense?
Charm magic,
Charm?
which is enchantment. I believe.
Enchantment?
Enchantment. Thanks, everybody. It's good to know everybody played the good game.
Skirp, you do know that pie is not natural, yes?
No? What do you mean?
It was definitely created with some magic to do certain effects upon probably eating the pie.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Oh. I'll empty them out of my. I'll dig the other 3. I guess 3 out of my bag.
I don't know what the effects of eating the pie is, because I do not know if it is a positive or a negative effect. But I just want you to know that they are not natural pies for just general consumption.
Unnatural.
Hey, Not. Did you hear all of that? Did you
Hmm?
catch that? Apparently, these are magic pies. Didn't know. And you ate one a little while ago. Are you feeling all right?
Of course. We
He turns
feed
around.
magic pies to Hidosius.
He just looks horrendously offended. He says, Are you suggesting that I cannot handle my stuff?
Your magic pie? I mean, like real magic, buddy. Like I think they're cursed pies. Is that
He's like, cursed by.
you
turns
live in
around, starts writing.
Barovia?
And then he like flips a hand, and you hear like a bunch of banging start coming from another room all of a sudden.
Oh. Ruh-roh.
I thought you turned back to human form.
I did.
It bleeds over a
It's just-
little.
It's just a nervous tick now.
Okay, but like, but are you all right? Like, do you need to?
I need to finish writing this dissertation on why the sky smells like pie.
Oh my god.
And he's like
We just fixed it
pointing
and you already
pointing
broke
the quill at you, like, don't you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Don't, bud. Although I'll shrink away from the quill.
It is like a
pen
wand to you.
my dear.
Do you think
Okay.
that you could help us take a break from your dissertation and help us find somebody who is lost?
Hmm. You'll leave me to study in my peace if I help you with this, yes?
Of course.
Yes.
For a time.
He like glares at August. In fact, he throws his quill at him like way too well. Like it's sails past his head and like sticks into the wall right behind him.
It's a dart player.
He
Or
just
ninja.
sighs. Yes, very well. What can I help you with?
We're looking for a human named Emil, who we believe might be in these woods.
Is he human though? I mean,
I mean,
he's
How would
he's
you describe
werewolf,
him?
So he's somewhere like he could not be in human form,
that's true.
right? So he's a werewolf.
There are a great many werewolves in this land, in case you hadn't noticed.
We need
Werewolf.
one specific one.
We just did.
He stands up and walks over and he says, Here, one specific werewolf.
Not this one specific one, a different specific one.
And he casts like prestidigitation and it like all of a sudden Gideon's just highlighted in light. One specific werewolf. Now the pies will be ready shortly. Go into the other room and eat them and leave me be.
No. We're looking for Emil.
Emil is not in the pies.
I would
That's
good
certainly
to
hope
know.
not.
Pretty
That's-
sure, anyway.
Hey, not. Hey,
Who?
just go with me on this one here. I know we're new friends.
Running
right?
gag.
But, do you have any potions in this house?
Yes, I do. Several.
Not.
The
I need
What?
you to trust me on this one because we're friends now. Not if you have any potions in the house that like cure afflictions of the mind or magical spells that might be clouding your judgment, I think you should go and drink one. Like just in case you might not know that you're not feeling well, but we think you are. So if you have one of those, I think you should go and just pound it down just to be sure.
looks at you and says, "You believe me unwell?"
We do.
I believe I don't know you enough to know if you're unwell. But know
Perhaps
that
I
you're
should
not
go lay
normal.
down then.
Potion.
And some soup.
Okay, I guess that's a
First, I mean, we're looking for Emil. Any help to that would be appreciated. We
Says
have
you will-
a dagger of his that we want to return to him.
Do we have a dagger?
Yeah, that's the thing that his
No, it's
girlfriend
just
gave us.
shown. No,
Oh, I thought she
she's-
gave it to us.
No, she still has it.
Oh crap! We should have taken it. Never mind.
just-
We don't
I
have
can
a
try.
dagger.
I can try to sketch it.
Yes,
We
yes,
have
yes.
a drawing of a dagger that that might help.
Show the dagger thing. And he says, "You there, small green boy. Go to the kitchen, fetch the pies, they're done." Didn't you hear the timer go off?
I'll go to the kitchen.
Scarp, you should humor him. Yeah.
Are there
Alright.
pies in here?
Skirp, you walk in and it looks like Fantasia in here, like, but with baking. And a pie has just floated out of the oven. It is quite large. It also has a very, very like fancy stylized H in the crust.
Well, it's got some character in the crust. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay. As an aside, considering the focus of Hedocius in the previous campaign that we encountered in him being obsessed with pies is extremely on brand. Because if I remember right, we were sent to fight like a cheese elemental under his orders and a whole bunch of other food puns.
I forgot about the cheese elemental.
Yeah, we were like trying to bake. He was trying to bake the ultimate recipe or something, and needed us to kill different things.
Oh,
Was that an authentic like character, or is this a homebrew character?
he's kind of like my special character of my own. that
Okay.
I always drop on these guys.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, it's just
No, I
couldn't-
remember because it was like a whole like stupid pizza gag.
yeah. There was this whole like we had to get like an oven thing. And it was just like his being obsessed with food is so on brand. Anyway,
I forgot about that. I think we were
Uh,
playing fourth then, weren't we?
yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Anyway,
Classic.
so Script, you have a giant pie if you want it.
How's it smell?
Amazing.
Does it smell like
Okay,
sky?
great.
Smells like fall wintry spices and berries.
Skirp has had to do a lot of things to make ends meet, so it would make sense that he spent a little time in kitchens and whatnot. So I'll kind of like I'll set it, I'll waft air, try and cool it down, and I'll start hunting around for dishes. Anyway, I'll go about making preparations for people to eat pie.
The kitchen is set up basically like a haversack. So as soon as you open a shelf, the thing you're looking for is on top.
I need the-
It has to be on top. Like this is meant
Well-
for humans, right?
Up front, but you know.
All right, find a.
It's like a
stepladder,
sitcom where
Scarp.
whatever cupboard you open has exactly the dish you need.
unless it's important to the gag that it doesn't, in which
Yeah,
case
yeah.
it doesn't. However, in this case, it is not a gag, at least not yet. So it is the plates that you were looking for right there. All right, back to the room. Are you guys actually drawing this dagger thing out?
I can try. He's got plenty of quills and paper apparently.
He does. Let's call that a straight int check.
Not
Oh.
a forgery check?
Unless you have forgery, in which case.
I don't know.
I do not.
I think one of the backgrounds gives it. I don't know if Gideon has that one or not.
No, I took jeweler's kit.
Okay.
Squirrel had the forgery.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Yeah.
So int checks.
Yeah, int check straight up.
I'm gonna give myself some guidance too. If I can type. Boop. Oh, 18.
Still really good. It's like, oh, it was this hall. And so you draw it out, and he puts his hand and like kind of waves it around a little bit, and the dagger comes off the paper, and then like kind of like all of a sudden just like blows up into like a 3-dimensional and solidifies, and it's just a dagger. He says, "Does it look like this?"
Page printed.
Did it?
Yeah, it's actually your
Yes,
drawing was really good.
that's-
So.
That's precisely. That's precisely it.
Perfect. We needed something to cut the pie. Very good.
Mm.
Small green boy, come. And you hear Skirp. You hear just some yelling about some small green boy from the other room.
Pretty used to that.
I thought Skirp lost pigment a while ago. Is he really green anymore?
He's green.
He's like gray-green.
Yeah.
I'm green in spirit.
Green.
He gets
It's
a
not
little
easy
less
being
green each time he dies. But, maybe once he starts dying enough, he'll start going back green again as rots.
Unless I hear explicitly like get in here, I'm just gonna continue about what I'm.
So everybody else in the room, he goes, you just hear him sigh like, he literally reaches up to the wall that's above his desk, opens like a little tiny door he didn't see that was there, and it looks like it looks straight into the kitchen, but Skirp left behind you and down the hall. And into the little window, it says, "Yes, you there, smallest green boy, bring the pie." Skirp, there's just this suddenly this like window floating in front of your face, and this crazy old man's face like kind of peering partway through it. You can see like his nose and like one eye through it.
How large is the window? Can it accommodate a slice of pie?
It could not. It's pretty small.
Okay, so in that case, okay. As soon as the pie is cool enough to cut and serve people.
He's like, really? That's all you're worried about? He like sticks 2 fingers through, and like just like this ray of like ice like fires out and hits the pie. But he only does it for like a second, and then it's you feel it kind of cool down in your hands, but it's still warm.
All right, it's on. Cool.
He
Pie
slams
serving.
the door in your face. The tiny window door. It slams with the force of like a massive like heavy oaken door.
August, you should check that pie too to make sure it's not like magical. Like we're not gonna all end up obsessed with pie, right?
I'll look.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Yep.
Says you should be obsessed with pie. It's amazing. Do you not smell it?
Nope.
That is unfortunate.
Not yet, I guess.
Skirp clears the corner, I assume, with the pie still in tow, unless he's taken a bite since then.
Does that glow?
And he stands up, grabs the dagger out of the air, walks over, and starts basically cutting up slices. He hands them out to everybody and begins just cramming one in his own face, like without a plate or anything.
Does it glow?
Nope.
Clearing.
But will it blend?
He says it is a lovely blend of spices in here, actually. You should try a piece.
Mm.
Screw it. Yeah, I'm in. If August doesn't say it's magical.
I said it's clean,
Yeah.
and I started eating mine.
Okay. How is it?
Scripps will be on board with.
It's amazing. It's like this really like heavily kind of like spiced blackberry pie. In addition to that, everybody ate, right?
Yeah.
I haven't taken a
Oh.
piece yet.
Well, then the people that did eat, I'll tell you something later.
Okay.
Because Tally's
Uh-oh.
gonna not be happy. No, or Tally will be happy. I don't know. Maybe she took a bite of the pie.
So, but Emil, the werewolf man that we are trying to find,
He's just like stuffing himself. Right.
if after pie, would you help us find him?
Yes, if you'd eat your bloody pie already.
Okay.
Wait, it's bloody?
I eat the bloody pie.
Perfect. He takes the dagger, whips it backwards, like just past his own ear, like he's throwing it backwards, and it hits a map on the wall. And he turns around and he says, "Oh, that sucks for you guys. Well, not my problem. He's your werewolf friend, not mine. Here you go."
Where
Eat
does
some
it
more pie.
show?
The dagger hit directly on Castle Ravenloft.
Ah, God.
Son of a bitch.
Um,
Hmm.
who's up for a raid on the castle?
More pie?
More pie, and you'll come on a raid to the castle?
Yeah. You want to come with us and get this guy out?
No.
He's-
No. I did not go well the last time I fought. The Strahd.
What happened last time?
I need a drink of water because I'm losing the voice.
Too much pie.
Too much pie. Last time that didn't work either. Oh jeez.
You can drop the voice if you have to.
Very quickly. He says that last time he lost his staff and his spell book.
Oh.
Interesting. This wasn't in a place full of like amber sarcophaguses.
No, it was not.
Okay, good.
Near, it was here and there, near and far, and over a mighty waterfall.
Mighty waterfall.
What did the staff look like?
It was a staff, it's a gnarled, bent piece of wood with a little claw on the end, a little globe thing that I would sometimes swap out depending on my mood. Sometimes it was blue and green, sometimes it was blue and green at the same time.
What was it when you lost it?
I don't know. I don't remember. Wait, no, I do. It was red. Yes.
Have we had a character? Is this something that we've seen or come across based on the description?
No, it's not.
For a second, I was horrified that was the staff that
Floki
Floki
took.
ended up with.
No,
'Cause
the staff.
I remember there was like my master came in here. I never caught the master's name.
That staff was very kind of evil looking and had blue tinges to it. It was all kind of frost based.
Yeah, it was a frost. Okay.
With your
there-
spellbook, would you be able to retrieve your staff?
He says, possibly with time, but if you don't take this the wrong way, I don't necessarily trust any of you.
That's a good call.
Fixed you.
So you have been in Barivia for a while.
Okay, so his description of where he fought, the waterfall, the does that sound like somewhere familiar? I feel like at some point a different NPC told us about a waterfall.
Ah,
and a
very
wizard.
good. Okay, since you remembered, I will tell you. There was a long time ago, in a galaxy far. Naboo was under an attack. Okay, that's as far as I go.
We
with that.
fought a cheese elemental.
You guys were talking with the Vistani at their camp, and they were telling you basically a tale about a mighty wizard that appeared suddenly one day and rose the people and stirred their hearts to go after Strahd and cast him down. And then there was a mighty fight of magics and all this, and that at the end, Strahd basically won and cast the wizard down. They say that they broke him and threw him down a mighty waterfall.
And that he still
Was
wanders
that the
mad in the woods. I remember this story now.
Was that the Sir Falls?
It was. And that's around H on the map.
Huh! Hilarious.
Aren't I just?
You monster.
Sometimes things just work out really well. What can I say? But yeah, we'll say that Gideon specifically remembers, since he is the one that kind of brought up that particular bit of information.
Yeah, that was like a year
That
ago.
was a long time ago.
I remember noting it because we were supposed to look for something about a wizard ordinaire, and we asked about it, and that was the information we
crypt.
got. Yes.
There's a crypt, supposedly.
I wonder if somebody built like a
monument.
monument to him there. Yeah, thinking
You
that he
guys
died.
speaking these things out loud
Yeah.
or no?
I am definitely theorizing out loud.
Just crypts. There were crypts in the castle,
Everything wants us to go to the castle.
We chased the beast down there, but then he chased us back out again. It was like I'm not going that way. I'm not going there with that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do you know? You said we. Who else fought with you?
Says, I remember a great many. There were. I mean, it just like gets like 1,000-yard stare for a second,
Were you?
and he sits there and just kind of stays like staring off into space.
Have you ever
I'm
heard
gonna
of?
hold out.
Sorry, go ahead.
Wait. I'm gonna hold out the hilt of my sword. The inscription on it.
Oh, what
He
was
kinda
the
steps back.
inscription again?
SZ. You're gonna like let him grab it, the sword?
Is he reaching for it?
Yeah, kind of like putting out his hand.
Yeah.
He grabs it and flips it around, and the blade ignites. He goes whoosh whoosh. That's quite neat. But no, this was Strahd's brother's sword. You do know that, don't you?
I do, but
That
wasn't-
just
what do you know
Sergei's.
about?
I know that long ago. And he gets 1,000-yard stare again and just starts looking off in the distance.
Can I have?
He's just like he's holding onto it. He's not very like tight holding onto it. You could probably grab it out of his hand.
I'll sort of gently like tug it out.
All right, he lets it go. And he says, "And that is how the blade was broken." Tragic tale,
What?
really.
Broken?
You know,
Seems
you
to
weren't
work
talking,
pretty well.
right?
He says, "You didn't see that?"
You should make it visual for everyone.
Visual for everyone.
Not just in your mind's eye. Use your prestidigitation and make it visual for everybody.
Oh. Okay, this way then. Come.
Movie time. Someone grab the popcorn.
He stands up and out to like the main entry and up the flight of stairs.
Get another slice of pie and then follow.
Fair enough. You guys pass several like bedrooms. Actually, you're pretty sure you pass the same bedroom like 4 times. And then he leads you up a smaller flight of stairs that ends in a ladder. And then the ladder goes up to and comes out on a roof. And he says, Here, you there, you there, you there, and you. Yes, you stand there."
Mm.
Like he's just kind of grabbing everybody by their shoulders and like shoving them in just different positions. Kind of everybody standing in like a circle, facing each other. and he says, "Okay, now hold hands." Because it's fine. The little weird green one's hands won't hurt you. I promise.
Set the pie down.
What
says
are the
no.
texture of Skirp's hands? Are they like super sticky? Or are they?
Well, now they're covered in pie, so yeah.
Yeah.
Ew. I tactically position myself between August and Gideon.
I wiped my hands off. I would just give you sticky paws. Like
I don't mind.
they're a little clammy, kind of cold.
Just making me feel better and better about my
Is it-
decision here.
Is it like slime clammy or like sweat clammy?
Kind of like sweat, but like
Unhealthy sweat.
not like
Meat sweats.
dripping, but just sort of like I don't know, uncomfortable. Like the kind of cold where you're like, is this wet? Is it...
Describe the coldness.
It's like
no.
a cement planter, like about 12 hours after it rains, and like you can see that it's clearly wet, but you're not sure if you sit on it whether it'll soak through your jeans.
Okay.
Like
So
Such a specific.
It's not wet. It's just
potentially
moist.
jean soaking hands. That's what you got.
that's about how they feel.
This time, instead of spending an hour and a half trying to make a decision, we're gonna spend an hour and a half hearing about Skirp's hands and other body parts. Apparently,
Very,
I'm
very
not the one
descriptive,
asking about Skirp's hands.
you're just the one answering.
That's right.
though. Go nice hands, boy.
Okay.
Okay, we all hold
grab
hands.
hands.
We all hold hands.
The old madman smiles. Isn't this nice? We're all friends.
Saying?
Says you can stop holding hands now. It's fine. Yeah. And he waves his hand, and this kind of almost like pool forms in the center of where you guys are all sitting, and there is Strahd, and he is not holding a sword, but he's holding some sort of like bundle, and he hands it to this very wicked looking, probably sorceress type, bald, black makeup, very, very pale, red robes, and kind of this really high like neck piece on the robes that comes up and kind of looks like it would support his head if he leaned back to it. Think of like the most evil kind of like Jafar viceroy sort of getup, and that's what this guy is wearing. There are no voices. It's just kind of like watching a silent film. The sorceress type person takes the bundle and opens it part way, and you see Strahd actually take a step back when he does that, and also bares fangs and say something. It looks like he's extremely angry. The sorceress gentleman in red, very quickly wraps it back up and bows, goes down to a knee. Strahd sitting there saying something to him, pointing and like gesturing with his hands. And the sorcerer's gentleman stands up, bows again, and leaves. The pool fades slightly and then comes back to light, and you see some kind of like laboratory there. Decanters and flames of all different colors, and powders and everything just littering this kind of like workbench. And there is this sword, and you recognize the hilt. It's very clearly the hilt of Skirp's sword, but it has a blade that looks like it's made of crystal. And the sorceress gentleman is sitting here, and he's working with various tools and everything. And you see him finally, after toiling on this thing for what seems like you've been watching for hours, the blade separates from the hilt. And he sets the hilt just off to the side, turns around, and kind of like if the camera's panning with him to watch him, he walks over and sets it down on this. It looks kind of like an anvil, but way more ominous looking. Has like spikes coming off of the side, and you can see what looks some questionable looking stains on it. and he pulls up this hammer that has a face with like a writhing, screaming mouth in it, and slams it down on the blade. And there's just cracks form all the way down it, and it looks like it's going to stay in one piece, and then suddenly it falls apart, and these like wisps of light shoot out everywhere. And as the sorcerer's gentleman goes up to cover his eyes, you can just make out from your perspective some other cloaked, hooded figure sweep in behind him, grab the hilt of the sword, and disappear into the darkness behind him. The pool fades again, and now it's kind of like a chase sequence. There's like this somebody's running, and you hear like the padding of feet and stuff, and somebody like you're like looking through this person's eyes, and he's looking back and forth, and you see a forest, and you can tell that you're in this person like breathing hard, looking back and forth, and you hear something. It sounds like maybe a howl or maybe a screech or something more terrible. You're not really sure, but just you're terrified watching this. And all of a sudden there's this thud in the back, and it's warm, and the warmness spreads, and then you see a hand come up in front of your face, and it's just full of blood, and then you see the ground come up very swiftly, and then just blackness. And then through your eyes, you're looking up and blinking slightly, and it's just the light's just kind of barely coming through, and you see the sorceress gentleman walk up and look down at you with this just kind of like a sneer on his face, and you can actually make out the words that he says is, "Where is the hilt?" And then a moment passes, and then nothing, and you see this gross black purple flame form in this guy's hand, and that's the last thing that happens before this pool in the center of the rooftop almost explodes, and then everybody's just back to where they were suddenly. Well, that was entertaining, wasn't it? Eudocius is sitting there, like cramming pie into his face, as you guys are just kind of struck sitting here.
Yeah. Out of character, did I recognize any of those, any faces, locations? I mean, forest is forest, so it's kind of hard, but like, anywhere I could pinpoint?
No.
Anyone I could pinpoint?
You would have to be 200 years older and very Barovian.
Just, asking because it's possible some of them.
Asking for a friend.
We've
Yeah.
seen some 200-year-old Barovians.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that.
Summoned them to talk to them.
But no, that's... Well, I would love to give you a check for something like that. It's just information your character wouldn't have.
That's totally fair.
Who were those people?
He says, "Oh, who can tell? The only reason I was able to show you this was drawing a portion of the magic from the sword itself. It wished to tell the story." He says, "You do know that sword knows and sees things on its own, don't you?"
But
What do you
don't?
mean?
Oh, that poor sword.
You haven't just like talked to it at all. What do you do? Do you just slam it into your armor thing and just pull it out when it's time to stab something with the pointy end that it doesn't even have anymore? You're just rubbing in the fact it doesn't have a pointy end anymore.
Oh, what do you mean? Like, it's a sword.
He says, "It is, but it is one imbued with intelligence, something I'm beginning to think you people may not have."
Round out the party.
I'm actually talking to Skirp. Skirp, you've heard all these stories about ancient paladins. You've never heard of one with like a talking sword?
I mean, yeah, maybe.
You should try talking to it.
I kind of thought. I don't know if I thought that those were real though. Like,
That voice in your head this whole time has been your sword. It's not you.
Okay. Hello, sword.
No, that's not how it works. You just keep your mind open. He'll say something to you eventually, I'm sure. It's not important
Shake
right
it.
now.
All right.
No, don't. No, you'll jostle the poor lad.
Stop using it as a back scratcher. Check.
And I don't want to know what other things you've done with it. Just don't apologize to him now, and it will be fine.
Back. Sorry. I'm sorry for
Gross.
reading you, sword. I'm going to put you away now. Okay. I don't know. I'm uncomfortable with it, but oh,
Says I'm sure it's uncomfortable with you scratching your goblin bits with it as well, but here we are.
Yee.
Just don't accidentally like
Flip the
activate.
switch.
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
right.
okay.
I need to make.
We know
Well,
I have another question for you, H.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Argynvost Holt?
Argyn Vas. Argyn Vas. No, I can't say that I have.
You can't say that you have, or you haven't.
No, well, I can't say it, first of all.
Yeah,
Second of all,
I
no.
mean, okay. I just want to make sure there wasn't a word game going on here. Like you couldn't physically say I have heard of Argynvost Holt.
So since you fought
No.
Strahd once, any advice or strategies that you would employ differently the second time around?
He walks straight up to you, August, stone cold, like the most serious you've ever seen his face. Even with such a weapon as your friend possesses, without greater power still, you will always be fighting the devil on his own terms. You must change that. How, I do not know. But you have come across this blade. Perhaps there are other things. Seek them, if it is possible, if such things even exist. Do not fight him on his own terms. Fight him on yours.
Let's say we wanted to get into the castle and not alert him. Is that even physically possible?
He just laughs maniacally. Says, I extremely doubt that it's the case. He would probably just let you in because he would think it is funny.
Can you
Yeah, that's what I'm
confirm
worried about.
with your location of our friend his alive or dead?
I cannot. Just things, objects have, when there is a powerful emotion attached to them, they form a bond of sorts, you see. Well, I've shown you anyway. I don't know if you saw it or not. It was with the map and I threw it backwards and it was really quite cool. Anyway, the point is, in the map still. No.
So
There's a bond there, and so the dagger said that the person is there, and so the person is there. Whether or not he is alive or well, I cannot say.
I feel our obligation to our other werewolf friend is achieved. We were only supposed to locate and know outcome where he's at, and while we don't know if he is alive or dead, we do know his physical location, and I don't think we're going. That is not an unfair ask of anybody.
From
I
the
believe
way
the other
she
children-
implied. Sorry.
I believe the children rightfully should be returned to us, and our option is completed. While we might still be willing to assist her, I think for the kids' purposes, continue this, she should be willing to give us a deal. And then beyond that, we can work on good faith.
Tally, did you get the impression that purely location would be enough?
No, I didn't. But there's no harm in trying because, understandably,
Right. I mean, she did say
she
if
would
he was dead,
understandably
that was
she would understand.
acceptable.
I think she wished for us to return, and
I got
with
the impression that
friends.
overthrowing their leader without her mate's help would not be something she was interested in.
we should let
But
her
the
know what we have
coup,
learned.
yeah, but the coup is not our responsibility. Our contract is just locating the mate for the children.
There is no contract.
Well, agreement.
We barter with what goodwill that she has shown, and so we can do our best to tell her what we know, treat her as much as an ally as she has shown us, see if we can figure out what the right next steps are. I do think that our host here has made a very important point, one that we have not heard, or one that we have heard multiple times, which is we need to follow up on if we have any chance of taking on Strahd, we need to seek the things that we've been shown. Hudocius, are you at all familiar with Lord Leo de Lacinia?
Wait, say that again?
Lord de Lacinia? He was the dead guy we found in
The bones
Voctors.
we questioned.
It's in a box, an
Ah, the
iron
bones
box.
question. No, I'm unfamiliar with this person.
He has since passed, but when we did speak with him, he sounded as though he would have been a powerful ally. He mentioned to kill Strahd, we would need the book, the symbol, and the heart. Do those mean anything to you?
It says they do not. These are objects with which to fight Strahd?
I'm not so sure.
I'm similarly unsure. I'm sorry, I cannot help you on that, though you can. There are many books downstairs, and maybe you
So
can
here's where he
look
was
through
getting
those.
2+5 crossbows of vampire slaying, and that's all we need, right? And then he can take on Strahd.
That's all I need.
Right. That's all the
Well.
party needs, really. Load up the machine gun.
Well, I do feel like you have held up your end of the bargain. You're an interesting and peculiar man, and hopefully you won't turn us away the next time we come to visit, but I do believe it's time for us to uphold ours.
And leave you alone?
For now.
Yeah.
You are an interesting and peculiar. Are you a cleric person? You do the god thing, do you not?
I do.
More or less. Oh.
Don't trust him.
Very well. Then may your god person protect you when you go. Thank you for your assistance. And the
Oh.
pie was lovely. Thank you for bringing that. I very much enjoyed it.
Welcome. Did you hang on? Question. Oh. Do you need anything from us? Is there anything to help you with as we're going out and
Nah.
about?
Silence.
Maybe traveling the land.
You already got the pie from the kitchen, and really that was a great help because then I didn't have to get it myself. So no.
Sure.
If we were to, at some point, like you mentioned, there's some preparations to be made, but when we do, and we will challenge Strahd, do you think we could have your assistance in that?
Says when you are able to prove that you can fight him not on his terms, then perhaps then I will agree to such a thing.
I shuffle through my bag and say, good, and produce his spellbook again and say, I believe this is yours. We found it, like you said, far and away, not from around this place.
He is
I
like
hand him the spellbook.
very like he looks at it and looks at you, like kind of like like maybe like a feral cat when you're trying to like give it food. Like this is a trap, isn't it? And he reaches it and grabs it and pulls it back and flips through a few pages and looks over it at you, kind of over the top of it, and flips a few more pages. Looks at the rest of you and says, "For this, you may stay the night if you so desire. Thank you."
This place looks like it might have really nice beds.
Mm.
I whispered to Talia, "This is the most expensive inn you've ever paid for. We better use it." What time of day is it?
I'm
Isn't it nighttime?
I mean,
I
we
don't know if we
wandered around
know.
for a couple hours in the forest.
Went
Yeah.
through a
and then we came
dimension door,
here.
showed up in an abode.
It's been quite an eventful day with
It's
everything
been.
going on.
All right. Well, I feel like maybe we should have a little team meeting here.
Okay.
Is there a place where we could all sit around and talk? H.
Yes, just here. We're sitting around talking. It's nice.
Okay.
It's nice.
We're still on the roof, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we still have pie?
There's a few pieces left.
Okay, good. I take a second piece.
So we're probably all agreed that this tarot reading we got is an important aspect because following it has led us to both the sword and a fairly helpful ally, Van Richten. So the other three things are they kind of all point to the castle.
Well, not quite.
We asked like where we'd find mountains of gold coins, and it's like, oh yeah, in the castle. Crypt of the wizard might be in the castle, and then the last one literally says in the castle.
Well, so we know we need to find the book, the symbol, and the heart, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to all of those. I think the heart being in the castle makes sense. It even says so, right? Find the beating
Knowledge
heart
of
the
the
castle.
ancient is probably the book, right?
Fair.
Lies with the Dead.
But I believe the symbol would be what we've just learned about, right? The holy symbol of great hope.
A holy symbol of great hope. Yeah, and in the crypt.
So
So we could check the Sar Falls, or
that would be what I would propose if we wanted to follow up on that. I think there's another place perhaps where the dead lie, or perhaps don't lie anymore. I don't remember the details. Skirp, you might know more about this.
Perhaps his
Sorry,
sword
it just
knows
sounded
more.
fun.
Argynvost Holt.
Perhaps, maybe.
We could check
Isn't
there.
that where the order of the something?
The Revenant dudes.
The Revenant
They are the
dudes.
dead. Sorry.
yeah, that is where they're based out of, but I don't know if
It wouldn't hurt to go there, right? You've been wanting to.
yeah, and actually, were we talking about a pile of gold? Is that
Yeah.
because I don't know much about piles of gold, but I do know something about gold piles. And it seems to me that every
Go
time
on.
I've ever heard of a pile of gold, it was sitting underneath a pile of dragons.
Wasn't the only dragon we've heard about in these lands
Uh-huh.
killed?
Well,
by
Like
the Lord
specifically
Strahd,
beheaded or something?
but I believe that she called home Argynvost Holt.
Okay.
So perhaps where once there was a dragon,
there once.
there might now just be a pile of gold.
Okay. So our order of importance are getting these kids, and if they
Mhm.
don't want to give them up, we're going to have to probably go to war with the werewolves.
Well,
After that, Argynvost Holt
possibly.
or the Sar Falls.
Yep.
And then finally, if no other option presents itself, we're gonna have to start trying to get into the castle.
That seems accurate.
Does anybody object to that order of importance?
No, that sounds fine to me.
Definitely,
I'm
we
in.
need to research on how to get off this plane of existence for the fight, as H has stressed several times to us. But yeah, I
It might
agree
be
with
just enough to get
Wes.
him out of the castle, honestly.
No, I mean this is his realm,
I
and
guess,
as
but
someone who's jumped planes enough for the Raven Queen before, needed change realms, planes.
if we could leave,
With all of this other stuff, we may have the ability to at least transition to something that's not completely in his power. And then it's a neutral ground. And on neutral ground, we may stand a chance.
Let's keep our ideas and options open. I think
For
there's
sure.
still more for us to learn. It sounds like we have next steps.
Okay.
So let's eat some pie, learn what we can, have a good night's sleep, head back, talk with Zulika, see what she says.
I would prefer to have Salika and her allies on our side, so maybe we could convince them to let us help with their coup. But failing that, I mean, if it comes down to getting the children or staying at peace with those wolves, um, we're gonna have to fight the wolves, in my opinion.
I think that's probably going to be the case. I don't think we'll be able to
I
find.
think we'll be able to get the kids free and then just continue to help her as an ally with the information that we have, my opinion.
There's only one way to find out.
She doesn't
Okay.
seem unreasonable, and maybe my impression is wrong. And we'll find out when we ask her, but I think she would release the children if we offered to do what sounds like we're already planning on doing anyways, helping her with the coup.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then we should stay the night, and then tomorrow we'll try to find a way to approach her without. Did she give us a way to contact them?
I think we could probably just go back to the same cave, perhaps.
The one with their leader, though.
No, the other one, where we met her.
Oh, the one we met her originally. Okay, that worked.
And just,
Hopefully they
How
got
far
someone
is the
watching.
cave
surely
from
they
here?
have somebody there. I mean, it's over past Van Richten's.
Over the river and through.
So, depending on how quickly we can get over there.
like
Isn't
5
it up
miles.
here? Isn't it where the drawing is?
No,
No,
the cave was
it's
near
down
Crest,
here.
wasn't it?
It
Oh, I meant
is.
the
The
main
werewolf-
cave. The werewolf cave.
Yeah, the main
main
cave
werewolf
is right
cave.
here.
Yeah,
So
where we want to
this
go
is
is
the
here.
cave, and then you guys met them around here.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if there's still some time, maybe in Raven form I can go, scout it. Maybe drop her a note that we want to talk to her to meet there X amount of days from now.
Literally as the crow flies.
I mean, it's only 5 miles away. But if something were to happen to you, there'd be no one else to help.
But sending and we don't have access. Can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
just saying,
I'm not
I
saying
can
no.
be the
I'm just saying
pigeon.
it's risky.
Sending
If,
would
uh,
work.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go there together? Maybe by the time we get to Van Richten's place, he can fly over and scout, or we can just go see if she has a scout posted. Wouldn't surprise me.
All right, as long as it's
She much
Do
prefer
we-
us there than to meet her where we did last time.
Right. Did she give us a way to contact her when she was ready? Did she say just go back there and we would be seen?
I don't know if it was
Nothing,
very specific.
Yeah, nothing specific was discussed in that regard.
I'm not very good at this whole.
It's okay, guys. It would take us an hour to check. It's okay.
Yeah, it's only 5 miles.
It's okay. Well, it's 5 miles where we want to go, and then it's an hour to get to where we need to be.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen?
Utter death, turned into vampire spawn, locked away forever in the crypts of Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
Can a werewolf be turned into a vampire? I think we asked that, and you said
Oh,
you'd get
God.
back to us.
On hold.
If it comes up, I'll let you know. I have ideas. We'll put it that way.
God,
So
this is now
sleeping and
Underworld.
moving on.
Yes.
Sleep and ride at the dawn.
We definitely have to sleep. That's
Non-negotiable.
Is there going to be any more of this pie? Like, can we have another?
There can be more pie.
Always more pie, right?
Awesome.
You hear banging from downstairs.
And maybe we should destroy all other kinds of pie that we're carrying.
Yes. This is better pie.
Yes.
Oh, actually, Hodocious, are you familiar with hand pies?
Don't.
Hand pie. Yes,
It's
see? And he shows up his hand that's just covered in pie. With his hand. Hand pie.
It's
The
pie.
goblin friend has that as well.
Hmm.
Don't. I'd be afraid that. Okay.
Never mind. Maybe the next time we come to visit, we'll talk about it.
Very well. He just kind of pushes through all of you and heads to the ladder downstairs and disappears.
all right. So,
All right.
Don't show him the hand pie. He might try to eat it. He doesn't
Where
seem
am
to have
I,
very much self-control when
where
it
are we
comes to pie.
sleeping?
Probably in one
We
of those
passed
mini
like
bedrooms.
800 bedrooms, right?
You passed a few, yeah.
Or maybe one bedroom 800 times. We're not sure.
I'm gonna go find a bedroom and post up.
Tis the Omega bedroom.
Oh man.
There are several. As you guys kind of decide to explore the bedroom areas, you'll find that there are many different kinds of beds, many different sizes of beds. All in all, you will probably get bored before I run out of rooms for you guys to check out.
I'm not looking far. As soon as I find one,
He finds one. First, it's too large, and then another, and then it's just too small, and then he finds a
They're all
third,
too
and
large.
it's just right.
But there's a girl in his bed.
She screams when she realizes there's an undead goblin in the bed and runs away.
Wait, we have an undead goblin?
Not quite.
Hmm.
Yeah, you find an actually like just massive 4-poster canopy nonsense bed that's extremely well made, smells nice, freshly laundered, and can easily crash out there if you so desire.
okay. So that's the plan. Is happening.
Okay. I assume I also find a bed.
Yes. Not nearly as extravagant as that one.
No.
Sorry. That's just how it goes sometimes.
Gideon's not much of a discerning guy. It's like, oh, it's a bed. Cool.
Cool.
Beds are nice.
Yeah.
Beds are nice.
All right. So the next morning. Doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
You guys wake up in the middle of like clearing in a field.
Oh man.
What?
Guess we're skipping the walk of shame.
You didn't
Or
dispel
starting
magic
early.
the whole house, did you, August?
I might have in my sleep. It's a bad habit. No, not that I'm aware of.
I was kind of worried that that was going to happen yesterday. Crap, it's going to be a lot harder to find him again. Does this look like the area that we were in last night, or did we move?
No, it looks like the same area you guys were actually in. Just they're not a giant Spanish style hacienda sitting here anymore.
I'm gonna do a quick sort of walk in circles, see if I can find it. Otherwise, it's just kind of a move on, let's go kind of scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So general area just looks kind of like a forest opening. There's the tiniest bit of like actual like sunlight in this clearing. Probably the most you've seen in all of Barovia since you've been here. But otherwise it's a forest clearing.
Okay. Let's troop back to Van Richten.
In that direction, yeah.
Head that way.
Full impulse.
Engage.
Engage.
Okay.
right.
Yeah, let's go.
Guys, go.
We're going and we're going.
Let's see here. I need someone to make me a roll.
What kind of roll?
Dice rolls.
Okay. 14.
Not good enough. Well, I don't know. It was a D20. Of course you rolled that. Roll a D4. Three of the blood spear come out of the woods.
Hi guys.
They come up and they kneel down.
What's up?
They like very, very broken common begin. Like, you disappeared. We try track, find, not find. Now here. Find.
Yeah, there was a wizard and a book and a pie. It got complicated, but it's all good. It's all good.
Ask him.
What?
They see staff.
What?
The wizard staff. The red. Or
That's a good question. But that was like 200 years ago or something, right? How long ago was?
Ask him. Just ask him.
Okay. Do you guys know anything about like a wizard staff? And I'll give a description of like almost the poetic way that Hidoshi's did, where it's like super vague and red crystal.
They all
Super
kind of
complicated.
they look at each other and like they stand up and are kind of like, one of them scratches his chin, the other one's like, they're speaking in their language, and like,
It
no,
might have
no.
an H on it, and I'll like draw an H with my foot in the ground.
Skirp. They're like, no magic stick.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, do you want to ask him about the waterfall? Like if there's like headstone or crypt nearby?
Okay.
411.
You don't have to. It's okay.
No. I'm trying to figure out how to word this because they don't speak the best common.
Big waterfall.
Yeah. I've never seen a waterfall.
You've never seen a waterfall?
No, I'm a city boy.
Don't go chase.
We're too late.
You've seen a waterfall here because you guys were
We
at
passed it.
the.
I thought we
You
were
guys
like
were
2
at
miles
the-
away from the waterfall.
We
No,
crossed
you
up.
were at
We
at
went
the
up
camp
that
and you
red
had across
line.
the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd have went
Well,
right
I guess
past
it's
it.
only a mile away or a half mile away.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll describe the waterfall the best I can. Is there like a stone monument or like a headstone or a building
Again,
near
there's
there?
Marker.
discussion, kind of like hurried discussion in their kind of brutish language in there. No, pool with flowery, bright, singy people. No stone monument.
Flowery, bright, singing.
The
We
Vistani,
haven't. I guess.
perhaps.
They wear flowers or they are flowers?
He kind of like turns his head at you. And he like makes a like kind of like a like mock, like he's trying to dance. And like the other two guys start laughing at him.
Somehow I'm more confused than before I asked. Okay, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions for the...
Sorry, no.
No, it's fine. No? No. Okay. You guys just stay safe, okay? Like, be good. I'll give them the
Dismissed.
salute.
They also salute. It says no more.
Seems like we'll be okay, I think.
They nod and then do like their creepy like meld back into the forest disappearing act.
Like Homer Simpson
Yeah,
disappearing into
exactly that, into the
Yeah.
hedge.
What are they using for weapons?
They look to be using kind of like stone axes and spears and the like.
Okay.
Where they wear like very clearly like leather and hide and things that are very natural looking.
Okay. Of course I would roll that. So, Benricton's Tower.
Yeah, I wish I could lie about that, but that was exactly what that roll was. So, roll another d20. It's not killed if.
Yeah, please.
Hmm.
If you roll
Another
14
D20.
again.
Bon nuit.
Nice.
Got him.
Roll a d12 plus a d8.
Oh, geez.
Is 12. Is D8. So 12.
Mm-hmm.
12 shambling Hulk.
Yes, exactly that. Okay. You guys are walking, and there's this stone cairn looking kind of grave as you are passing through the woods. It looks like it's just out randomly here. And then an arm bursts out of it
Look what you did. Look what you did.
and grabs like onto the ground, and you can start seeing like the rocks around it kind of start to like shift around and everything. And then another arm burst out. And then this one's holding what looks to be like a broadsword or something in its hand. And then the rocks are kind of start shifting more, and the one free hand starts pulling rocks away. And this pale-faced, kind of zombie-looking creature in rusted chainmail sits up, looks around,
Scarp, is that a
Friend of
relative of yours?
locks eyes with all of you, like continues like slowly like pulling itself out of this grave.
Start backpedaling.
Reaches
Friend or
back behind
foe?
it and pulls up a shield and starts just walking straight towards you with like not like holding like brandishing them, but kind of like very limply like held off to the sides, just like dead like eyes, like almost like it's looking straight through you guys, walking just straight forward.
I'll ask friend or foe and see if it responds, or it even looks like it acknowledges that I said anything.
Stops and cocks his head, looks at you, says, Strahd, friend or foe. You can see it tighten its grip on the sword and shield.
Strahd.
Strahd is no friend of mine.
Foe.
Just keeps walking in a straight line, straight through the group, like doesn't try to stop. If you guys don't get out of his way, he'll give you just like the straight, just like shoulder, like smack, walk through.
I'll get out
Otherwise,
of his way.
Yeah,
are you heading to Argynvost Hold?
And he turns, he says, the home of our silver dragon, yes. Argynvost holds.
Oh, we might see you there. We're gonna come by and visit. We've been invited. The last time we ran into one of these.
And he looks, he says, "This is a fallen place now. We must defeat Strahd. Hope must return." And he just keeps walking.
Safe travels.
Look what you did,
Hey.
Skirp. You're just raising him everywhere you go.
Raising an army. I don't see what you guys are.
An army
All
of
you guys
undead.
escorted some old dude.
Hey, we're trying to recruit werewolves and powerful wizards and I don't know, vampire hunters.
Fair
It's
enough.
not nothing, I guess.
A short time later, you arrive at Van Richten's tower.
Now, does anybody have any actual business here? I guess you could check up on Kilt.
It's just on the way.
Yeah.
I figured. I'm good to go forward unless we want to use this as an opportunity to send August ahead to the
Oh.
other side since it's kind of equidistant. But I don't know if we want to risk sending. There's a lot of werewolves in there.
It's true.
I feel like they would notice
Oh,
a
I
raven.
would never
but
land. I would see if I could get an aerial view. I would.
Yeah, but like if you need to go inside the cave to find
Not happening.
or deliver something, then
It would just be a hope she's outside.
Can you only turn into a raven, or can you like also turn into a rat or something?
I can only become.
can't just ask people
one-
that.
Yeah, do party tricks.
Yeah, I mean, like it might be useful to run around as like a spider in a cave, but okay, whatever.
Can you turn into a
werewolves
rat?
speak to dogs?
No, I don't know. I've never tried. If you turn into a dog, we can find out.
I speak wolf or dog to Gideon to see if he understands.
Do I understand?
No, it sounds like barking.
Dude, you're just barking. That's rude. That's like racist.
I mean, if he did understand, then I could just ask one of the local non-existent wildlife to. But no, otherwise I can just become one with. I always have a raven on my shoulder, unless unless it goes off on its own, which is rare, or I become it. So no, I only become a raven.
I say let's stop by the southern cave and see if anyone's home.
Try the safe route first. I agree.
All right. You guys make it the safer route, as we'll call it.
I will. When we get closer, I will go into Raven and fly above them, so I can see if there's any scouts that are trying to like stay hidden to report our abilities, just so that we know if they've seen us.
All right. Yeah, you see some from your vantage point. The tree cover helps quite a bit, but it looks like there are scouts about. But when you guys approach this one of the scouts approaches and doesn't make any kind of form of hostile action or anything. Says, "You have reports."
We do. It's not amazing news, but we do have news.
And
We believe we've located where Emil is being held. We do not know whether he is alive or not, but given where he is, I almost presume he would be.
says, "Go on."
We believe Strahd's holding him at his castle.
Hmm. This is grim news.
Indeed. And you might understand why we did not personally go to fetch him at this time.
Yes, well, Zulika will be not happy to hear this, but her hands are currently full. Carol has returned.
Oh. Oh yeah, he was making a ruckus.
He says,
What's going on with that?
"Nothing, he just rallies the wolves." riles them up, I would recommend staying away from the main den for some time.
Hmm. Ooh,
Let's
well,
go out the children.
yeah, I'm getting there.
I'm a raven.
You're a raven.
Just
Yeah, I'm
cawing
still
from the
above.
trees.
Right.
Shut up, bird.
I know it's not good news, but I did want to inquire. We have gone through great lengths to try to figure out where Emil was. What of our agreement? What of the children?
I cannot speak to the agreement. I can only pass the word to Zalika. She will have to let you know if this is acceptable.
I would like to speak with her if she is available.
It will be difficult. It will. He's trying to think for a second. He says, Kirill returning changes our freedom to move about in many ways.
Mhm.
I will pass word to her. Where might we find you?
We intend to be on the move a bit. Do you think there's a time that we can arrange now for us to attempt to meet again? Say in a couple of days?
Yes. And he kind of like looks up and he says, 2 moons from now we shall meet. Not here.
Hmm.
The crossroads of the River Raven.
By the bridge?
Yes, just off the bridge. Let us meet there.
Okay. 2 moons?
2 moons.
What- What time of day?
And he like looks at you like you just asked him an extremely like weird question. He says, moons.
All right. Well, give her our terrible news, but our good wishes, and stay safe.
He just kind of gives you a nod and very like kind of half snarl, being in hybrid form, and turns back and just kind of saunters away.
All right. Well, you guys heard that. We've got what time of day is it? It's probably like midday, maybe earlier.
Yeah, maybe a little bit early. Let's call it late morning.
Okay. So we've
We're only
got
about 5 miles.
a day and a half, roughly,
Yeah.
to play with here. If we want to, we'll meet by the bridge, and I guess at not the first, but the second moon.
Do you have any business in and around that bridge that we can kind of tie together?
I could definitely, like, I have a dress I could deliver.
No.
We could. Argynvost Holt's not that far away.
Is that what's southeast of?
Yeah, it's like a couple miles.
I'm fine with that.
But might that not keep us distracted more than the 2 days? during
I
that?
mean,
We won't know till we find out.
we can always run away if it seems like we'll be there more than 2 days.
Think you're gonna
Brave
get
Sir
swooped away
Robin.
from there and to save
I
children?
don't know. I mean, if we're not gonna break in, like, we're not gonna go guns blazing after them, then we're gonna have to wait the 2 days no matter what. I don't mind.
I'm up for
We
it.
can take a couple day rest. Spend some money in. Oh wait, I don't have any.
Buying some of. Oh, there's nothing to buy.
Yeah,
Strahd's got a very tight embargo.
A
yeah.
certain wizard might have had some stuff to buy if we would have inquired.
I mean, did he really seem like the kind that operated off of currency?
I didn't say he needed gold.
Pie.
I said to buy.
Yeah, I guess we could have traded him some rotten pies.
I don't know about that, but
Okay, so
I'm up for whatever. I just don't want to risk missing the meeting because I kind of put the kids in high priority.
I was gonna say the meeting's 2 days away,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids are in that den of werewolves near us,
Yes.
and that den of werewolves is exceptionally riled up right.
Yeah,
I see where this is going, and it sounds scary, but I'll back your play.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not waiting 2 days to meet somewhere that's not here for some hope and prayer of a plan to save the kids who are in danger now.
Are we raiding a layer of werewolves?
That went well last time.
We now know a secret way in
We do know a secret way in.
that led very close to the cages.
It did.
Last
And-
time I saw you stealth, it was kind of like clank, 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 clank.
Okay, that's true, but two things. One, we have someone on the inside.
Mm-mm.
I don't know about that.
If we're breaking our agreement by going in guns blazing, we
Yeah.
have to assume that.
Yeah.
What does your sword think?
Yeah, you should ask the sword.
Okay. All right. We're at the tower, right?
I think we're like outside the cave, but
I just
We're
kind of
just in the
assume you guys
woods.
like move back to the
We're just
the
walking.
sword
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda-
we're wandering.
deciding.
Doing what we do best. Discuss.
Right. All right. Well, I'll take a moment. I'll set the sword kind of on a clean rock. Say, all right, sword. What do you think of the?
It's very cat on me.
Which plan? We fished like 6 plans.
Accurate depiction. You don't sense anything or hear anything.
Okay. Okay, another time then.
I am going to cast thaumaturgy to create a sound that originates from the sword hilt. It says I can do something like ominous whispers.
That's so
And
mean.
and they'll be saying like don't rush in. Don't get them killed. Don't rush in.
So mean.
All right. Are you picking your sword back up?
I don't know. It just started talking to me. Okay, yeah, I'll pick it back up.
Whispering.
Okay. As soon as you pick it back up, you get this overwhelming, not like that it takes over you and like forces you to try to do something, but like just kind of like a swell of emotions all at once, and it's just like you want to like spin and immediately look in the direction of the castle, and you're just like so ramped up, like, oh, if Strahd were here right now, I would punch him in his face, and like really, really just want to like. You're feeling very vengeful towards Strahd suddenly.
So you cut out a hair in there, just like I dropped a couple words. I spin and look in the direction of the castle. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're filled with essentially rage and vengeance to go after Strahd.
Yes.
Strahd. All right. Okay, sword. I get it. But what about the werewolves and the children?
there's not really like much feedback. You get kind of like a sense of like sorrow.
Okay. All right. What are the options right now? Where are we at? What are the plans?
Storm the werewolf cage. Take you to take you to that temple thing and wait the 2 days and hope you don't get distracted, or just wait out the 2 days. I think is where we're at.
Or invade the castle, guns blazing now.
Or
You know.
TPK at Strahd's castle. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the castle.
We scream, Barovia PD, everyone put your
Well,
hands up as we kick down the door and try to,
Magic police, everybody get down.
I think Gideon was just offering the option.
you know, I mean,
Okay.
And I do believe that storming the werewolf den or even trying to sneak in is literally one step underneath storming Strahd's castle. As far as danger.
I think we can take him.
I don't know if we can safely get the kids out.
That's a good point. I'm pretty sure we could kill them. I don't know about saving the kids.
If our goal was to murder, that's one thing. If our goal was to safely rescue, that's going to take some subtlety.
And I'm all about saving children.
Yeah. I mean, if it was as simple as like building a big fire at the entrance of the cave and funneling them all out the back while waiting for them one at a time, I mean,
Not that
we haven't
thought
tried
about
that.
this.
But then the kids might die from smoke inhalation.
exactly. So you know,
It's like
maybe
all I
let's
had to
not do
do
that.
was kill his best friend, and then he's turned into a murder hobo.
not a what?
He's not a hobo.
I'm
He has
homeless, but well, that's all besides the point. I'm not
The
saying
world is
we
your
should do
home.
that. I'm saying it was, you know, it would be simpler if we could do that.
I mean, who knows? I mean, part of why we want to go to Argynvost Hold is to find help against Strahd. Maybe there are other allies there.
Possibly.
I'm concerned for their safety too, and that's why I'm tempted not to wait. But you
could-
saw their numbers in there. You
could
saw how
attempt
many.
ascending.
I think we have to decide if we trust our quote unquote contact inside or / ally to keep them alive and keep her in the bargain, even with the alpha around. And if we can say we trust her, then I think we wait those 2 days regardless.
I think we need to talk to her.
Well, that's what we're waiting
could
2 days
try-
for, is to talk to her.
You could try ascending.
That seems dangerous.
It is.
Strahd. It would reveal to Strahd that there's a werewolf.
Oh, you're right. Stupid.
If you're
Strahd.
vague enough, maybe
There's
it
no
won't
text
be-
messaging.
All right.
I mean,
So
what
we have
yeah,
from her that she'll keep them alive for 2 days. For the 2 days.
We'd have to
we don't
assume
know
because that's her
specifically.
bargaining chip, right? Her mate for those
Right.
kids. So
she
we
wants
would
our
assume
help
she's
to get
protecting
Emil
them.
back.
Unfortunately, we already told them all the info we knew.
But I
I mean,
think
but we
in
also said we want
faith-wise-
to talk with her.
Yeah.
Right.
And we told her
And
we were
she's the one that
interested in
reached out
seeing if
to us, so
exactly.
theoretically she's genuine. So we should be able to trust her to keep those kids alive, even with the bad news that we gave her.
Tally, I'm putting this on you. I'll back whatever decision you think is wise.
There's
You're the
no-
one with the connection to them. Seems like.
There's no good answer, but I feel like we risk the kids' lives and frankly everybody else's lives more if we charge in there now.
Okay. I do hear that. I'm just trying to make sure I've got all the pieces together here. When we were paid for the first half in the form of half of the children being released,
So morbid sounding.
Yeah.
who was there representing the werewolf?
Zalika plus
Zalika. And a small kind of
Like-
handful of other werewolves.
Based on our walkthrough of the werewolf cave, about what percent of the current werewolves were part of that?
Oof. Basically none.
Okay, so it's like
It was what you could see was not a lot of werewolves. There were guard werewolves, definitely. There were others kind of off in the shadows where you could, the people with dark vision was kind of at the edge of that, that 60-foot vision. So there was fall off. So they're, wolves and werewolves kind of off in the darkness. So you didn't really get a good idea of strength in numbers.
all right. All right. Okay, wait 2 days. We don't have any other option. We can't just go in and kill ourselves.
And so we now have the variation of, do we just wait 2 days, or do we at least approach Argenvoss Hold?
Let's at least we could make the stop at Argenvoss Toll, having
I mean,
nothing
we
to
could
do
get-
for 2 days.
We could get there by this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean it's still pretty early in the day.
Okay. You guys, I agree with that plan, and I'm super curious about Argenvoss Hold anyway, but
Well,
it's tough to at the
I know.
cost of the children.
well, I mean,
But we can't do.
if it makes you feel any better, that cost is already being paid one way or the other.
Right. Okay.
It
All right.
sucks.
Then I'll vote for the trip to Argenvoss Hold if everyone's in favor.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna move in that direction.
All right. Give me a d20.
So what did your sword say to you?
You know, it just kind of ooh.
20, huh? All right, roll a d8 and a d12 together.
20 good.
Sure.
8.
8
8?
Didn't we get 8
122
last time?
and an 8. I can't believe I just closed that page. Excellent. And it makes a lot of sense considering where you're heading. You guys are rolling down the road and you hear the pitter patter of hoofs,
Yes.
hoofbeats, hooves.
Is this who I
Roy?
think it is?
Ka-dunk, 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 ka-dunk. Roy comes screaming by.
Is he heading towards Argenvoss Hold?
He is actually.
I'm gonna reach out for the high five. August, I know you haven't seen this guy before, but put your hand out.
Hands up.
Hands up. Hands up for Roy.
He
Since
sees
everyone in
it.
the party is doing it, I'll put my hand.
Ugh.
He sees it and stops very briefly and rears up on the horse and then charges straight through and puts out the hand and slap, 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 slap. Reached way down low to get skirps, but made sure he got it.
After he passes, I'll call after him. Roy.
That's not his name. That's just what we're calling him.
He doesn't know that.
He doesn't know what he doesn't know.
You're not wrong.
I'm gonna call after him.
Okay.
Does he?
No, it doesn't. There's no you don't see any response. And still just tearing off.
Is this horse leaving prints?
It's not actually.
Ghost horse.
Ghost horse.
All right, let's roll. Let's I don't. It feels like it's going to be a big castle, and I'm wondering if we should make ourselves known in somewhere in particular.
Ghost horse.
Like announce ourselves.
Yeah, if we're just go in the main door.
We'll go to the front gate and shout in, and I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah.
Right.
What could go wrong?
Does anybody else see a very
Hello,
tiny
castle.
1 written right here?
Yes.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I just... Okay.
All right.
Okay. Where are we going?
You guys are going to Argynvostal, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, but what letter is it?
You haven't gotten that letter yet,
I'm gonna say it's Q.
you monster.
Ah,
It's the only- you skipped it, so
Stop looking over my shoulder. No looking at the GM notes.
what?
Yeah, we found it.
It was the only letter that, like, well, maybe not the only letter, but it felt right.
High above the river valley juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral mansion, its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed as part of the roof, as has part of the roof, rather, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, accompanied by the howling of wolves in the woods below. But the house itself, as you now see that this is a giant mansion, stands silent, seeming like the fossilized remains of some long dead thing smote upon the mountainside.
seems like your kind of place, Skirp.
Yeah, it actually. Yes, I think I know.
So, is this like... I kind of expected it to be a little more put together. I mean, I guess. Okay.
They did. That guy we met up in the woods did say that it was kind of ruins.
Yeah, but like the first guy we met was very I don't know. This place is where people who oppose Strahd should gather type message. So I thought
Hmm.
maybe, it'd be a little more opposing.
It does look extremely run down. Perched atop a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite is a moss-covered statue of a dragon, its wings tucked in close to its body. The statue looks east, towards the mansion itself.
Does the statue have a head?
It does.
Okay, that's good to know.
Is there anything? I guess I'll see if I see anything significant in the moss. Like I'll come brush the moss away. And, I don't know any details that aren't immediately apparent.
As you're kind of inspecting it closer, you see that it's very clearly meant to be a silver dragon. Its frill is broken and cracked in many places. It's 10 feet tall, but it looks like it's seen better days. Warlock, Eyes of Magic,
Yeah.
just always on. Yeah.
Anytime we come up with something new, Rooney like, where I would expect to encounter magic and or ruins, yes, I would cue it up at least briefly to make sure our surroundings are safe.
This thing you like kind of for like something. It's putting off a very, very faint aura of evocation magic.
Oh,
Inform the group that it's has a magical aura about it. Evocation is generally hostile, yeah?
Boom.
Yeah. And I informed them that likely the type of aura, while can't be concrete what it's going to do, seems to be a hostile act of some sort, so likely a magic trap would be my educated guess.
Can you disarm it?
You can make an Arcana check. That's what you can do.
Oh, apparently my roll 20 crashed.
Oh, good times. Even though you didn't roll terribly high, you're pretty sure that this is, while it's still radiating the aura, it's inert.
The nerd.
Yes.
Interesting,
You're a nerd.
right?
You're a
What'd you
nerd.
call me?
You heard me.
Apparently, after further
Okay.
inspection, I was wrong. While the magic is there and it looks trappish, it looks inert.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Let's hope you were right the second time.
Right? Now, which one was accurate? You tell me.
Bum bum bum.
And what was this magic on?
The statue.
Oh, weird.
Does anybody else feel like they should be careful about like opening that door?
Yeah, I do.
Skirp, you should go in front.
Ugh. Hold
So
on.
I'm going to step to the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, geez.
I shrunk.
The map is real big.
It's one of those maps.
Zoom
Yeah, I
in my.
see.
Okay, so this changes it a little bit. So instead of bottom of the stairs, I am going to walk up to the door.
All right. Flagstone steps, flanked by tall railing. Climb to a landing from a pair of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like small dragons. Carved into the lintel above the entrance is the word Argynvostholt. And that is
on.
as far as you get because we are done.
Dun dun
They said they made a good
dun.
cliffhanger, so that had to be the cliffhanger.
No,
At
no,
least-
it's fine.
At least let me use the knocker.
Fine, you can use the knocker.
All right. I
Bang.
grip it firmly in my goblin hand,
Bang.
pound firmly against the door.
Can he
You just-
reach the knocker?
If he's on his tiptoes,
Okay.
and you just hear this bang,
Do I-
echo, echo, echo.
It's like, do I need to get behind him and like pick him up like a little kid?
Do we hear anything in response?
It ends right there as you bang.
All right.
Let the DM have his chance to prep.
But otherwise, no, you don't.
Right. Argynvostholt. Unexpected, but pretty excited about it. It seemed like it happened very abruptly.
And you guys are just there. And that's that.
That's that. Okay, well next time, which
Yeah.
obviously will be next week, right?
No, I think
Oh.
the first Thursday is the 7th of November.
Next week, because
Uh-huh.
the DM isn't cruel enough to make us wait.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I have nothing on the calendar that works for me.
7th of
Okay.
November. Yes, I'm in.
Pencil it in for now.
Okay,
Excellent.
I'm excited. I've been looking forward to Argynvostholt. Holt.
All right, chat. You heard it. November 7th is the next time we are going to play. This has been session 22 of Streaming with Strahd. I hope you all have an amazing night. And we are out. Peace.